everybody, and welcome to Roll Together RPG and to a very special one-shot. I'm going to go into why it's special at the moment, although for those of you who are watching us on Twitch or YouTube can see why it's a little bit special. My name is Josh, I use he, him pronouns, and I shall be your game master for tonight. And as you can see, I am surrounded by some incredibly talented people. I'm also here, and I'm waiting for Nat to tell me.
Josh, you're talented.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Thank you for not turning it on me this time. I was like, and
do
also
normally
Tom.
just-
I was like, oh, compliments for me.
Yes, I'm surrounded by some very talented people. We're going to do introductions now. Now, this is a note for future, Josh. Do not put who these people are playing on the screen yet. We're going to do it as a surprise, because Josh always forgets to do that. I'm going to start off by throwing it to Tom. Tom, please tell us who you are, what your pronouns are, and that's it. Don't tell us about your character just yet.
Okay, for those of you watching the stream, I could be anybody, but I am in real life Tom, and I use he, him pronouns, and I'm excited to be here. That's all.
We'll go to Nat next.
Hi, I'm Nat. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm pretty sure no one ever is going to be able to guess who Tom is playing. Or me,
Yeah.
for that matter.
Moving to somebody who it could be either way which character they're going to play is Evie.
Hello, I'm Evie. I use she, her pronouns. And yeah, for once, I forgot to do any cosplay, so I actually am a mystery this time.
So mysterious.
And now that's our regular players out of the way. We have two very special guests that have joined us for this epic crossover episode. All the way from Quest Junkies, we have Mai.
Hi. Oh, am I meant to introduce? Sorry.
You can do.
You can keep that a secret as well.
Yeah.
Who
Keep
am
all
I?
that secret.
Hi. Hi, I'm Mai. Pronouns she, her. I'm usually found over on Quest Junkies or every other week on Phoenix Wacky. But yeah, I'm really excited to be here. Wait, am I meant to say who I'm playing? I can't remember.
yet.
My
Not
brain's not working. Okay.
Yeah. We'll come
Take
to
two.
that in a minute. And then finally, we have a very humble DM with us. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Patch?
Wait, what? Where? Oh, hello!
They're behind you.
Hello! It is I, Patch, the elusive, ever humble dungeon master, person who made the thing called Quest Junkies. I use he, him pronouns, and I endorse this message.
Yeah, there we go. Now, I always find doing those introductions really weird. Because I find them funny because I have to say who I'm going to in order for them to introduce themselves. So it's really weird. But, you know, I need to get over that. Before we get into tonight's session, we have some sponsors and supporters we'd like to thank. Our sponsor for tonight is Phoenix Dice. Again, I don't have my dice prepared. They make some lovely clickety-clack math rocks. Go to phoenixdice.com to find those, including some limited edition Roll Together dice, which Nat is displaying wonderfully there.
Where's the dice head? No, that's a 2. Where's the dice head? Where is it? I'm looking at it
You missed
backwards.
it. You went past.
No.
There it is.
There it is.
Look, it is a dice head. Woo! Yeah.
Now, if you use the
My
code
God.
Roll Together, all in caps, at checkout, you can get yourself 25% off of your purchase. We are also proud to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. If you type !code in the chat right now, you can get yourself a little code for a free Electrum chest in the game. It's one of those games where you gather yourself a bunch of fighters from all over the D&D multiverse and you battle waves of monsters and all of that nonsense on pretty much every platform that there is in existence. We are
Microwave.
also... Sorry?
Microwave.
Yes. I've seen people playing, doing like Magic the Gathering stuff on fridges, so I'm guessing you can probably do that. So, anyway, we're also proud to be supported and support Bearded Ladies, which is a clothing company that is ran by Roll Together veterans Ed and G. Find those in the description and in chat. And also Michael Dobson's character art. Mike is one of our artists here. Commissions on their Instagram. All of the artwork for our long-run campaign was done by Mike. If you'd like to see your own characters done in that sort of art, go there right now. Massive thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. They are fantastic. They are the best. You can join them from as little as 1 of your local currency per month, or 1 goat, which must be sent to Tom to keep the No Die Park running. Links will be in the chat or in the description below. Speaking of the description below, if you are watching us on YouTube, please do consider leaving us a like, subscribing to the channel, and commenting down below. It helps us, it tells us what you like so we know what to make more of. I've said more than enough. I need to take a drink. We're going to dive into tonight's session. What the fuck is going on in the universe at the moment? I mean, in the multiverse even, there's a lot of stuff going on. We've got one side, we've got Vecna who's coming in, sort of throwing his weight around, taking god shards and trying to recreate a multiverse for himself. On the other side, we've got some sort of reconvergence going on where planes of existence are disappearing and, there's lots of nonsense going on at the moment. That's the news report that's going through the multiversal channels, the Guardians of the Galaxy and all that sort of nonsense at the moment, but that's not important for what we're doing today. Instead, we come to 3 weeks before all of this nonsense happened, and each of our players who are with us right now are in their home universe, home world, just going about their daily lives. I think we need to go to Evie and find out what Evie's character is doing at this point.
In a Beholder Burger chain, somewhere in Sig in Zakar, we join Fluffles and Gary, her man of holding, enjoying an incredibly spicy Beholder Burger from the Beholder himself. And as she's kind of sat there, she kind of goes to Gary and it's like, Gary, I've done it. I got even more cards for the deck. Soon all will know of our power.
May I hold them?
You are the keeper of the cards, Gary, but remember, who wears the trousers in terms of drawing them? No, do not draw a card.
No.
Until I bid it.
Yes.
And I may never bid it. Or I may bid it tomorrow.
Yes. Hides behind you. As you can see in the background, a yellowish hued beholder wearing one large chef's hat, and all of the eye stalks have got tiny little chef hats on, and their mouth has got various different cooking utensils out, flipping things around, and you can see there's lots of burgers and all of that being done in the background. But as you're sitting there going over the fascination of the new deck, you
I'm
feel
telling
this...
Gary not to lose this.
Yes. Gary is renowned for losing things. Has not quite gotten over the scorning that he got for losing a very valuable chest. As that happens, you feel like a ripple effect come out from under your seat, and it's like the sand around you, like a pebble's been thrown in, and the sand around you sort of bubbles, and you just disappear into a void.
Can I give a description of Fluffles? I forgot to do that for people who
You
don't know
can
who
indeed.
Fluffles is.
You can
I'm
indeed.
so sorry. Fluffles is like a 2.5 foot to 3 foot tabaxi who is very small, very fluffy, kind of like a ragdoll cat with a little bow around her neck with glamoured armor to make her appear naked like an actual cat. So she's nude at all times, essentially. It's got kind of like blotches over her eyes, but is white throughout the other bits, with very large eyes that appear blue at first instance, but when they catch the light, you see they're more purple and veined in pink.
Nice.
And Gary needs no description. He is
Oh, no.
generic man.
He is generic man.
Generic man. Generic man carrying everything. And nobody seems to notice that you've completely disappeared. As we move over to a different universe, one where things are similar but not quite. Things are a little bit different. Stories have been told in different ways in this universe, as opposed to the one that the viewers of our channel might be used to. Batch, could you please introduce us to your character?
Why, certainly. Our view pulls in on a rather tall, slender, humanoid figure with short ginger hair, a very interesting, unique fashion sense. This is clearly some sort of sorcerer, spellcaster, arcane enthusiast, whatever you wish to label them. This is Carolyn. She is what is known as a dreamweaver, a sort of descendant of a species with intense psionic ability and a prowess for the arcane arts. She's plain hopped hither and hither in her time, and for the last little while, she's found herself this rather lovely little home in a place called the Scarlet Valewood in the continent of Rodania. Things have been a bit strange. She's heard tale of something called a convergence or convergence events. It's a little unclear. Everyone has a different story. But about people and places disappearing. And we find Kaelin as she is packing her bag, ready to go out for the day because she's running late. She has to go meet her wizard's apprentice, Faerun, for their latest lecture on the finer aspects of cantrip control.
Fantastic. And as you've packed your bags up and you begin making your way out of the door, the camera pans round still inside the house as your form is silhouetted outside, and then you just watch as you just completely disappear. Door left wide open. No sign or sound of you anywhere. That then means that we move on to the next character. I think, Mai, could you go over who you're playing and what they're currently doing and where they are?
Okay. So you'll see a little calico munchkin kitty, aka a Felice, sitting cross-legged in front of a pile of sticks. She has 2 rocks in her hand and a half-empty bottle of a drink that she has concocted herself, something that she has established as a proper business back in Rodania, called Wild Brew. She's been very surreptitiously been sipping on that whilst trying to get a fire going. She's got a makeshift little twig hut that she's got in the middle of this rainforest. She's trying to she's a little bit tattered. She's wearing a slightly tattered purple cloak and a blue cardigan with stars all over it underneath. She has one eye which is green, one eye that is blue. Some little bald patches and scuffs from here or there from her travels. Suffice to say, she was pulled from her home in Rodania in the middle of a fight with her group, the Wild Ones. So she's been pulled to God knows where, God knows when, in this looks like a forest. She's been here for at least a couple of months anyway, from what she can tell, but she's there struggling. Come on, you bastard, just light already. Hell. And then she just casts Create Bonfire onto the I don't want to do this rough and tumble shit. And then she just kind of finishes the rest of her little bottle of Wild Brew.
As you finish your last little bottle of Wild Brew, spending all of that time getting that fire going to then use Create Bonfire, the drink falls to the floor as you are...
Fuck that
again! Moving on, I think we are going to come to Tom. Tom, who are you playing and where are you currently?
So, doing connections, as we sort of zoom in on the fire, we zoom out again, and there's a couple of hunters sitting around a fire in the deep, dark woods of the Feywild. They're wearing sort of furs, sort of very wintry looking clothes, and they're going, yeah, no, so the boss says that if we can find this great stag, then it's going to be worth a lot of money, and as they're saying that and they're preparing, they sort of look over and see this flash of red, and they're like, there she is. As they're getting up, something just emerges from the woods. Basically a nightmare for these poor guys. A cryptid, about 6'3" with antlers, chonky, furry, eyes glowing. He just walks over and goes, hello, would you like a job? And they were like, what? And he's like, never mind. we pan in as he punches. As now Pip is sitting by the fire, as we said, this cryptid, this defender of the autumn forest. And now sitting across the fire from him is the goddess Some would call her Sturshka. We call her Nutmeg. She's a giant elk. She's going through her apotheosis, which is a form of puberty for gods. Maybe she's getting a god shard. I'm sure that's not going to be a problem. She is currently eating all the vegetables that were in these poor hunters' packs, and Pip has... the hunters are gone. Just don't worry about them. They're not a problem. Here in the Feywild, protecting the Autumn Forest. It's a good life. It's a violent life, and I'm sure nothing will go wrong.
I'm sure nothing will go wrong. However, both of you do disappear into some sort of a void, leaving the campfire to burn on its own.
No, only I can stop forest fires.
These fires being left all over the place, this really is a hazard. Speaking of hazards, we're going to move over to Nat. Nat, who are you playing? Where are they currently?
Okay, well, I've had to write this out again just so I remember, but Her Royal Highness Antoinette Dorothy Clefairy Chopperteen Nook the First, Plane Crasher, Tamer of Tarasques and Oblivion at the Towers of Alton, Flayed Princess and Saviour of the Autumn Forest, is in a different Autumn Forest, in a different plane, I'm assuming. We've not actually discussed this, Tom. I'm assuming it's a different version of the Autumn Forest.
I mean, the Feywild's a weird place. It is and it isn't. It kind of melds back in again. Maybe you could put the fire out. I'm not saying, but...
I think that's it. I think it's another fire in another Autumn Forest. Exactly the same glade, but somewhere else. And the fire is being poked and prodded, and then bits of metal are being sort of lifted with clamps out of the fire and being then hammered together as she is trying to bring the combustion engine to the Feywild. And there is a lot of swearing. You fucking... I swear fire is the thing that makes it work last time. Why isn't it working now? You sawbone, hand me that... stop looking at me that way. Just hand me the saw. All right. Okay, now stand there. Hold that as very still. And don't mind that this looks like it's coming straight towards you. Bang, 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 bang. And it's like straight between his two hands, which is like super close together. I completely skipped over the actual description. So for those of you that have not met Tony before, which is an easier way to say her name, although she does prefer it if you give her the full honorific. Tony is a Tanuki, about 3 foot tall. I think at this point no longer wearing the skull of another Sturshka on her head, because she actually has no skin on her face. She is also she's just a Tanuki skull, but with a regular body. And then is wearing armor that can only be described as Mad Max in neon, like bright neon pink and purple, with huge spiky shoulder guards. Maybe a couple of little Feywild flowers, just kind of no ears to tuck them behind, so I guess they're just stapled to her skull.
I like that you invented a stapler.
Yeah,
specifically for this purpose.
Yeah.
Before you invented the combustion engine, you're like, I need a stapler first.
Yes, it's the obvious progression. First a stapler, and then we invent combustion.
It's how you keep the combustion engine together with staples.
You gotta staple it together. And also, for any avoidance of doubt, the first thing that she's tried before the hammering is spray painting a giant dick on it. That has not worked. Wild.
As you're hammering away at this attempt at a combustion engine, Sawbone is very gingerly holding it, closing their eyes, waiting for something to hit them in the head. They just hear a thud, and as they open their eyes and look over, the hammer that you were using has fallen on the floor, and you are nowhere to be seen. Tony? Oh, thank God for that. As I said, as the fire continues to spread in the background from different autumn forests. Oh no. Now that is all of our characters. As you can tell, this is going to be a very fun session, so we are going to dive straight in. All of that happened 3 weeks ago. All of you woke up the next day, you think, you're not 100% sure, but you woke up in an ashen sand coloured wasteland, a very rundown tavern just sort of in the middle of nowhere, and a giant citadel probably 500 feet off in the distance. The giant citadel itself looks complete. Everything else around you looks like it's beginning to form and morph as time goes on. Over the course of the 3 weeks, more people have begun sort of dropping in to this place. A couple of demons or devils and fiends have appeared as well. And a small little community has been formed. They've just called the town Junk because they've literally just grabbed anything that's fallen and just made it into a small little settlement. We come to the tavern, which is just called Junk Tavern. Inside, all of you are there either around the same table together or around different tables. And the bartender is a small imp with wearing the dicky bow tie and a top hat. His name is Grimo. And whenever somebody comes in, he's like, "Hey, you want a drink? Yeah, get you one." And he does like a big fire, like a shot, flicks his finger in it, ignites in flame, and he slides it across. It's not always alcoholic. He just likes making things burn.
I think that's a common theme here.
Relatable.
Fire.
It's going to go very well. You would have all, in the 3 weeks that you've been here, you have all discovered that this place is a devil has decided that they're going to take advantage of all of the multiversal magic nonsense that's going on at the moment, and has decided to take some of the magical energies from the convergence, as well as the magical energies from the universes that Vecna is destroying, and is trying to form his own universe. In order to do that, he needs to make himself the anchor point for that universe. It's almost like a domain of dread that he's trying to make, with him as the central figure. His name is Renarath, and he is basically like you've only seen him like in at the Citadel. He's never come to the town, but he's basically like a Balor, but made out of electricity. Balor, for anybody who doesn't know what one of those is, they are the D&D version of the Balrog, basically.
Okay.
So, but he is made out of electricity instead of fire, because having him as fire when there's so much fire in this group would be really harsh for me to do to the players. But yes, basically, all that's been happening during this time is more people have been dropped in. There's a couple of mountains that have appeared. There's places from locations that you know that have appeared. There's some naked statues that have appeared. Apparently they're from Waterdeep. I don't know. There's been a couple of... There's this place called the Brain.
Brain?
The Never
Brain.
Brain's here.
Yes, an Elder Brain. It's the corpse of an Elder Brain has dropped in as well.
Well, we know what we're having for dinner.
Yeah.
Squishy.
Sashimi.
My brain just completely went. I was going to do a Critical Role reference, but all the Critical Role locations just blew out of my head. Anyway, but yes, you have been here for 3 weeks, potentially looking for a way out. Grimo has been the person that everybody comes to when they need something, like pieces of metal that have dropped down. He sends like salvage teams out to bring all of that stuff back, and then he sells it to people for anything that they have that they could trade for it, basically. Gold isn't really much of a currency here. Soul coins, oh yes please, but not so much gold. So any knickknacks that you are able to pick up when you go out salvaging, you can trade for. Beds, bedrolls, walls for your house if you want to upgrade your house where you're living at all. But a lot of the non-devilly fiend types that are here, people like yourselves, want to go home, and they know that the only way to get home is by dealing with Renarath, who is in his citadel. The problem is is that the citadel itself sits on a landmass that isn't attached to the landmass that you're currently on, and they're waiting for the moment where they join together before people can now go and attack him. So that's basically what you've been waiting for the past 3 weeks. A bit of a distance. You couldn't dimension door across it or anything like that because I thought of that beforehand.
I can just fly.
I
didn't think of that beforehand.
The little helicopter thing, Patch. I knew I should have chosen that. I was so close to using that as one of my items.
Next time.
I know.
But yes,
No once upon a forest for me.
I will hand over to yourselves. Please roleplay amongst yourselves. What are you all currently doing in this place? Are you all sitting together? Are you all aware of each other? You should be aware of each other, but have you sat and actually had conversations with each other is the question.
I was going to say, like, is this the first time these characters are meeting in this 3 weeks, or have we already met?
You would be acquaintances, because there wouldn't have been, there's not many people here. There's probably about 20 people here, and then there's probably about 10, 15, 20 demons and fiends around. They sort of separated themselves from you. Because they very much want to stay here. You don't.
Yeah. If this is not the first time we've seen each other in this world, I would like to do a very brief flashback, please.
We can indeed.
Yeah. Because the first time Tony sees Pip, there will be 2 things that happen. Actually, I would like to roll...
Roll an attack, go ahead.
Highs I see Nutmeg first, lows I see Pip first. So the first thing that happens... Tom?
Yes?
What's your AC?
21.
Maybe here already.
Yeah. Okay. So you will just hear murderer. And one.
There's some baggage here.
Two. The third one goes shooting past you. Eldritch blasts are just going to slam into you as a tiny angry Tanuki runs furiously towards you.
A skeleton face Tanuki runs towards you.
Skeletal face Tanuki. It only does 11 damage. But is it you, betrayer, murderer? Why are you here? We killed you. Oh, you're probably another one from a different multiverse. Wait, where's Mother? And will throw herself at Nutmeg and just climb and give her a massive hug.
I look up at Nutmeg and in great out go, do you know that tiny little rat or?
Rat, how dare you? I am a princess. I am your princess.
I think because we're also speaking in Great Elk, I'm like, hello, no, you're not my, she's my princess, so...
she is your queen, I think you'll find.
With that, Nutmeg just headbutts me, I'm like, ow, right in the blast,
Yeah, you tell him, Mother.
Nutmeg's sort of like, yeah. It's worth pointing out, Nutmeg knows exactly who you are because of the weird thing of, like, gods in the Feywild, and like, yeah, of course, you're an alternate version of me. Yeah, cool. They talk, they have a coffee morning.
Hooves?
It's yeah, you know, you make
The
a
Adventure Time thing, where they take it off. And...
Yeah.
It is worth pointing out that the Sturshka that you're currently living with can turn into an elf, so it's just much easier. But it's like, yeah, okay, I kind of like, and also because you've got the antlers as well. So Pip's like, right, okay, no, I didn't try and murder you. I'm sorry if a version of me did.
Yeah, he was a real asshole.
Yeah, no, that makes logic. Did you bring us here so you could try and murder me? Because
But no, I didn't. I don't know. I mean, look, I don't know why everyone else is here. I just kind of fall into different dimensions sometimes. It's a thing that happens.
Same. I was in like a land of bones not that long ago, and we had to fight like.
You were in the bone zone too?
I went down to the bone zone. Yeah, I died in the bone zone.
Wait, do you know Georgie?
Oh, Georgie. One of the greatest. Yeah. He's one of my best friends. One of the greatest carpenters in all
He's
Waterdeep.
the reason I have no skin!
Oh my goodness gracious me! What are the chances?
To Nutmeg. So this is an alright one, okay? You don't need me to kill him.
Nutmeg sort of like, well, no, I'm very close to him, but I mean, no.
Alright, I'll tell you what, just give me, anytime, just give me the signal, okay?
Do you hear? I hear you, champion. Don't worry. Nuzzling. Pip's like, oh, I would like a nuzzle. And Nutmeg's like, you will wait your turn. He's like, all right.
There is one thing that you do notice about Nutmeg. Nutmeg normally exudes like a little bit of divine energy,
She's
being a
magnificent.
divine being.
Yeah.
None of that is present. She just looks like a regular stag at the moment.
How very dare you?
No divine energy at all in this place.
Oh. I think we both noticed that at the same time. I'm like,
Wait,
oh.
And her talking to you is a lot more telepathic rather than verbal now. And it's very much like a very bad Zoom connection or Discord connection. She stops and then you'll have a conversation. You'll say something back to her and then she ends up over talking you because it's not caught up. Her voice hasn't caught up with what you're saying. She's very broken at the moment. It's like divine power doesn't work here.
no.
Oh no. As we instantly ally of like, well, we need to fix that.
This is a problem.
Hi, I don't think I properly. First of all, do you want a job?
Well, I'm a princess. That's already quite a big job.
Yes, I'm a champion, so I think I'm your champion now.
I'll take it. You do look like a bit of a wet rag version of the betrayer, though. But you know,
Yeah,
take what we can get in the multiverse.
yeah, Pip.
Her Royal Highness Antoinette Dorothy Clefairy, Chopper T. Nook the First, Plane Crasher, Tamer Tarrasque's Oblivion at the Towers of Alton, Flayed Princess and Savior of the Autumn Forest.
Pleasure.
You can call me El Bandito if you like.
Okay,
Some people call me Tony.
you want me to call you El Bandito, though?
Yes.
Okay, El Bandito. Right.
We will pull out
Flashback
of that.
to-
We'll pull out of that flashback and come back into the tavern proper as you are sat around the table. Gary is sat next to Fluffles and he's got his hands sort of like he's clasping something and he's just looking around. There's a lot of devils in here and he's looking around. He's not 100% sure what to do. He keeps looking down at you, Fluffles. Can we go home?
Gowie, oh sweet Gowie. There's not much going on between those ears, is there? How would you think we could go home, Gowie?
He sort of just opens his hand out just to reveal a large deck of cards underneath and then quickly hides it again before anybody sees.
True. Okay. We need to start getting people to draw the cards. See what they can do.
Who should we go for first?
Is everybody in the tavern?
Everybody's
Currently.
here. Yeah.
Tony is probably like shouting at Grimo, like he's trying to make her pay for stuff, and she's like, "Don't you know who I am?" There's a lot of that going on.
Okay.
Feronia would be like waddling with two different drinks on the way to one of the like booths, where I imagine Carolyn is, as
Oh, for sure.
she's not tall and she's definitely not tall enough to get to onto the booth or onto the seat, so she's just kind of like, a little help please, and just kind of like just puts the glasses on wherever the table, and you can just see her scrambling up the
Darling,
the
if you
booth, just trying to get on.
if you want uppies, all you have to do is ask. She'll give you uppies up onto the table.
Stepmom.
That's
Okay.
I'm still not sure how we feel about stepmother. No, that sounds worse somehow.
Mammy's back in Rodania, so Mammy and also Mummy. They're both, and then there's Connor's mum. So I think, so just for brevity's sake, just call you, Dad.
I've been called worse. Let's go with that.
Okay, Daddy.
Oh, that opens up a whole new. So, what are these drinks that you've got?
Whatever you say, Daddy.
Not in that voice.
I have a hard. We had a dragon daddy in the last campaign with Fluffles, and I had a hard line of not saying it in my baby voice. But you just kind of jumped all the way over that line.
That's me. All right, Dad. We've got. Or would you prefer Daddy? Dad, I've got.
And she takes out like a little shot glass. Like,
This is like a. He said it's like really spicy, so I've got that one, and
then she got like a big goblet of like what looks like a mix between like red wine and rosé and white wine, but it keeps like swirling in different colors and just like.
And I thought you'd get this because you're Miss Fancy Pants.
That is fancy. Yes, I'll give that one a try. I'll do the thing that wine connoisseurs do. Swirl the glass and give it a little sniff and hold it up to the light and yes, give it a little sample.
Can I just when you're trying to drink it, just knock to how when you try and drink it just goes like that in your face.
Just look at it. It's fine. It's all right.
And she just takes a shot of hers.
I immediately prestidigitate the wine off of my expensive self-made clothing.
Cool. I've picked you two.
Of course you did.
Yep.
Making a lot of noise.
At this point, just materializing beside Veronia, you need to twain them.
What?
Trust me, with our combined adorableness, we could have this entire town in our foot
Oh
beans.
gods, now there's two of them.
What do you mean, oh gods? There's like, yes, there's two of them. The last time I saw one like me, well, you're kind of like me, was Mammy? Yeah, that was the last time that was the last one of me I saw, because I don't know where Birdie's gone. He's fucked off somewhere. But yeah, I agree. 2 + 2 = cuteness.
Mega cuteness. You see, you gotta get them twained like this. Gowie, squitches. Now stop. Now uppies. Now put me down. Like that.
Daddy, squitches.
Gesundheit.
I give you a little bap.
Daddy.
Uppies. Twy the big eyes, the big eyes. Good. Keep going.
Are you about to sneeze again? Are you coming down with some allergies?
Can I have uppies, please? Uppies or I scratch your face?
Good. You're learning.
I don't know, I just got a bit of ice. May I have uppies, please, oh great and wonderful lady?
That's a bit better. I'll give you the uppie.
Daddy.
We'll get your human twained up. Humanoid twained up. Anyway, so you strike me as people who like to live on the edge. Am I right?
The edge of what?
The edge of Weasand.
And just kind of just looks over to Carolyn, just like.
I suppose that's probably how I ended up here.
I have in my possession a certain deck of cards that may be the key to all of us getting out of here. However, it's pretty boring if I just draw them all myself. So, I'm offering you the chance.
And you watch as this
Thank you,
human that has kind of been stood behind Fluffles the entire time just produces this deck of cards above Fluffles' head.
Right, we make this interesting.
I'm listening.
You have a deck of cards.
Not lion's mane.
I have the wild brew. Shall we take a card and take a shot? One fluffer nutter to another. I don't know what that word means, but I heard it somewhere.
Now you're speaking my language.
I like your language.
Oh, please roll for the deck of many things. How many cards are people drawing?
I will only permit you to
I'm
draw
gonna cast
one.
shield.
You're permitted to draw one at this time.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
I don't know if that's going to help.
It's not going to help.
I believe in myself.
Good attitude to go into.
You can do it. You are worthy.
Please roll a d100.
Yes. Oh shit, where's my dice? Oh, there you go. D. That's percentile, and then
Can I do some sort of Arcana check to get a vibe off these cards?
You can
General
indeed.
vibe check.
Yeah, roll me an Arcana check for general vibes.
General vibes.
Whoever's taking a shot of wild brew as well, you'd need to do
Oh,
a
yeah.
D100.
I will do that as well.
That is going to be a 30.
Bad vibes. Vibes are bad.
Worst vibes.
It's almost like you've cast detect magic, but without using the spell slot. This thing is radiating a lot of magic, and not magic that makes sense. It is emitting chaos.
Oh, heavens. Faerun, darling, I think this was made for you. We've only known each other a few weeks, but never have I felt such compatible energies.
Yeah.
These are my cards, please bear in mind.
Yes, of course. I mean no disrespect. I just,
Better not. Apologise
it's-
immediately.
Gary draws a gun.
somehow I feel like I didn't pass the vibe check. Even with a 30.
Oh dear. So what was the roll on the D100 for the draw of the card? Who rolled? Who was rolling?
I was gonna roll.
Yes.
18.
Okay.
I'm also gonna neck a bit of wild brew as well. So I will have to do another D100
Oh, I wish you could just click on,
On
it and
the-
it takes you straight
on
to
the
it.
druid table.
Ooh. So
That-
you got the expert, which
What
is
does that do?
your dexterity score increases by 2 to a max of 22.
I
Oh,
got
yeah.
16. Okay, cool.
And I got a 93 on the wild brew.
I got a 27 on the wild brew. So wait, so what's your class?
Rogue.
Okay, so you're on the rogue table then.
Is this on the wild magic, wild surge thing?
Yes.
Because I have that open. So what you rolled a 93, Evie, didn't you?
Yes.
Just scroll down to there.
It's been so long since I've done a wild brew.
Mhm.
And what better way to do it in a one shot?
Oh, wow. Okay, so as you neck this drink, Fluffles, it feels very warm, very tasty, very, very nice. With the roll that you rolled, until you rest, each time you deal sneak attack damage, you add a dance move as a flourish.
Fantastic. I'm gonna do I'm gonna do dance moves from Cats the Musical because that feels appropriate. It is a jellicle moon every day
Macavity.
here.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
A bit.
That makes sense. And then you are a druid, aren't you?
Yeah.
So
I got
it's 27.
27.
Let me just scroll back up. Oh, there it is. 27. You've had this drink plenty of times. You know what it tastes like.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
for you,
I've had many drafts and versions.
yeah. For the next hour, creatures within 30 feet of you have disadvantage on perception checks.
You know this.
So as you draw your card, I just kind of lean in and say, "So, what did you get? Did you feel any different? No portals yet."
I feel a little bit more
And then just kind of does like this sort of thing with her arms.
nimble.
And just
Do
like
a
little,
flip.
like almost kind of like the Carlac dance at camp. like this mix of that. It's like,
I feel even more nimble, baby. Yeah.
Do a flip.
okay, gonna attempt to do a flip. Do you want me to do a dexterity check?
Make an acrobatics check. Yeah.
Acrobatics, okay. Where that's the Feronia dice. That'll be a 14.
Yeah, you stick the land in. The table rocks a little bit as you do the flip on the table. It rocks slightly, and it looks like you're about to lose your balance, but you manage to keep it, and you sort of stick the land in.
Yeah.
Good first try.
Awesome. Right, so cards have been drawn. Wild brews have been shotted. What are others doing inside of this tavern at the moment?
Bandito's getting in an argument with the bartender, and I'm her champion. So I think I don't want to punch him. He seems as nice as any, but sometimes you have to take care. It's very much like the influencer and bodyguard kind of attitude. You're like, no, mate, no, not tonight.
I wasn't intending this, but I do like how we've ended up with the three short terrors and their tall people.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I told you it was 5 scrap for the drinks and food.
Yes, I would argue that the drinks and food themselves are scrap. So here, I'm giving them back to you. Now give me your scrap so I can build shit.
No. You wanted the food. You got to pay for the food with scrap.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And here it is. I'm going to throw it in his face.
I rolled a 17 in intimidation as I'm sort of leaving it in and going, look, you're lucky that she doesn't blow this place to pieces. So you
I can do that.
Yeah. So you take your terrible food and you behave now, you hear?
Looks down towards you, Tony. I'll let you off because your horny friend said so.
Don't call him that. He walks around with my mother. It makes me uncomfortable.
Actual virgin Pip just sort of nods, not getting the subtext there. Well, damn, it's not horns, but yeah. Chest bump.
Whatever, get away. And he sort of floats off. He's very much sort of Watto from Phantom Menace style, flying around, and he disappears round behind a counter.
You're exploitative, you know. People are trying to leave here, and you're just trying to make money.
Yeah, nobody's going to leave here, not until you get rid of that bloody demon up in the citadel.
Yeah, and you could be helping with that.
Why would I do that? It's a lucrative position, this is.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
no.
gonna have this bar.
Capitalism. Always the villain.
Always. What? I don't know. Anyway.
Shut it! Alright, I mean, I don't actually think there's really anywhere else that we can eat, so we can't burn that bridge, but we can... What do you want to do now? Do you want to go look for somewhere else?
I don't know, I am hungry, though. This is the problem.
Yeah.
And she gets out the alchemy jug. There's only so many times that I can get this to produce, like, anything delicious. Like, yes, it can do beer, but it's also really useful for oil.
Yeah.
And I can't pick both.
That was what one time you did mayonnaise, and that was an experience. But
No, that is the worst liquid, and we don't speak of that occasion ever.
Sorry, princess. No, we don't. We do not discuss the M word. Yeah.
The mayonnaise incident. I'm so glad that the rest of my family and court were not here to see that.
I won't tell anyone. No one needs to know.
Anyway, they look like they've got something going on over there. They've got something they're drinking, so, if we've not got anything else to do, maybe we should join them for a bit.
I mean, we could integrate ourselves in.
You don't seem too keen on that.
Imagine if I just said no, and I was like, we're not connecting it. I mean, do you want to be social with them? I mean, that just seems
It's useful to know the powerful people in the room. Like, if we're going to have to take out this Renarath person, I'd rather there be other people than just you that we can throw at them.
That's true. I mean, I'm getting interesting vibes from all three of them. So yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Hey, all of you. My champion and I saw you from across the bar, and we like your vibes.
See, you've got your
Thank you.
little person twained.
Yeah.
This is Pip.
Hello.
This is Mother. You may call her Nutmeg.
As the camera's revealed that the stag has been here the entire time, and it's pretty much taking up the entire space.
Oh,
having
God.
Walked through the. I would like to point out she is able to like teleport inside my necklace. She doesn't want to. She wants food. She heard food and she wants it.
The thing with this place is the ceiling, the door frames are very small. The ceilings are very high because a lot of big creatures come in here. At the moment, there is a pit fiend sat over in the corner just with a really tiny china cup, just sipping some tea.
How's it going, Beverly?
Right, Bandito.
I've got tea. That's a start. But
Yeah.
yes. Hello. Yes, Pip, and this is El Bandito. She is a princess and is incredibly special.
Princess too. Well, actually, I don't
you?
really tell many people about that. That's just
Why not? They should know.
um,
It's important.
I don't know. I don't remember much. Something to do with Sealy Court, Feywild. My name's Flora, apparently. Bullshit.
Oh, did you
Um,
tell them your real name?
No, I'm from the Feywild. I'm
Yeah,
from
I
the...
know, but that's the thing, right? You don't tell them your real name in the Feywild because people get funny about it.
Pip produces a book, actually written by him, which says, never give anyone your real name. Advices to the Feywild by Pip. I've got a lot of these if you want to read that. It's mostly about don't trust the Fey, which is weird.
I read
'cause
it.
I'm Fey.
I'm okay. I've already got a book.
And she just kind of produces like a book which is covered in leaves, which says Faerunia on it.
Said, I've got a book. It's a long story, but
That's cute. Which court are you
might-
from?
Really what?
The Sealy one.
Oh,
Like the Sealy?
like proper big S, Sealy.
Apparently, that's what people tell me anyway. That's what the big owl people told me at
Oh.
Roshan's Rise. But that was a very long time ago. I barely remember it.
And neither does Myrit.
But yeah,
Fine. No, that's
That was like
fine.
2
That's
years
like,
ago.
That's like real cool, I guess.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's like the big
Yeah,
one,
the
I
big-
suppose.
big
That's
main courts,
wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
fine.
that's
Oh.
cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
Cool.
okay.
We're from the
I
Autumn
don't-
Forest.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. We're
Oh, that
probably
sounds
more,
nice.
Yeah, we're more sort of indie. Probably haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from a forest. Well, in Redonia, we call it the Hucklefuck Forest. I've made some really nice tree friends there. Morgan Treeman is my main guy. He has this kind of like, I mean, I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but from one Feywilder to another. At the base of Morgan Treeman, if you ever see a Morgan Treeman anywhere, or someone who looks like Morgan Treeman, at the base of him, there's a chest buried.
Oh.
And it's kind of like you can put shit in it and you can take anything out and it can be in other places too.
Oh, it's like my spangly sack. Here. It's a bag of holding, but
I'm gonna stick my head in the bag of holding.
I mean, don't stay in there too long because there's acid, there's little bits of Tarask digestive fluids in there, but
It's very dark in here.
yeah, watch out for my rocks. They're my special ones, and don't touch the beans.
Yeah.
Beans, you say?
Oh, I mean, not like
Beans?
magic beans. I mean, they are in a way. They're just like humans call them baked beans, and otters as well. We don't know.
Bloody otters.
Yeah.
Big otters. Why would you eat otters?
No, we don't deal with otters here. They're assholes. Anyway, so hey, how you seem to all have like stuff to drink and things to eat, and that sounds delightful.
Would you like something to drink? I've got some really nice. I made it myself.
And she just kind of like shoves it.
Bandito. I mean, El Bandito.
Thank
Would
you.
you
Thank
like
you. That is
to
the
be
correct form.
introduced to Wild Brew?
Now,
This is Wild
interesting.
Brew. This is like the 5th reiteration of it.
Uh-huh.
But and I don't know when I'll be able to make more, but feel free to have some. I've got a few bottles left. It'll do me for a while, but why don't you try some?
I'm gonna do just a little quick insight check. Or investigation. More of an investigation. Can I just like appraise this bottle?
Yeah, investigation would make sense. If it's the bottle, investigation. If it's for own, then it will be insight.
It on the bottle you'll see like this sort of design on it.
I rolled a 34.
Wow. Wow.
Investigation is my one stat.
Ugh.
Don't steal
What's it
my
do?
ingredients.
It kind of makes crazy shit happen. That's why it's called wild brew with a Y. Even though the label has a misspelling on it, so like the label maker didn't do it correctly. But yeah, so you have a sip. It tastes different to everyone else. I mean, for some people it tastes a bit like cotton candy. Some people it smells and tastes like runny socks. For most people it tastes nice, and then some things happen. I once had a turtle shell go on my back. I once produced a dragon and I nearly died. My ex-girlfriend, who's a siren, she showed up the bitch several times. It does a lot of different things, but it does some nice things as well.
Has it ever summoned a Tarask?
Not yet.
I think I have a card for that.
Keep that one tucked away. We've dealt
Oh, I
with
don't-
enough of those.
I don't control which card comes out. Would you like to draw a card? It might portal us out of here.
I'm gonna stick with the brew first.
Okay, you're boring. I understand.
Oh.
I'll stick with the other fur babies.
Boring.
Wow.
Rude. I mean, I'll draw a card if it'll make you.
I thought I liked you.
Hey, no, she's a delight. I can't turn to Avandisha. I'm like vibes.
I'm very confused as to who is judging who right now. All I said was the drink first.
Sorry, I'm judging this fluffy fuck.
Oh, right, yeah.
Well, I'm judging all of you, so the joke is on you. Tall one, you wanted to draw a card. That's what we're here for, to get out, see if anything useful comes out.
I mean,
Pip, I swear to God, if you draw a Tarask right now, that's it. We're over. We're done.
okay. I don't want the Tarask card, please. I say to the deck.
It might be glued to some kind. I can't remember what it was. It was like a bony dinosaur. There was a whole thing. So I don't think it'll fit in here. So don't do that.
Daddy.
So shall I roll D100?
Sorry.
Roll a D100, please.
Oh dear.
And if you want some wild brew, roll a D100 too.
It's an 8.
It's
You
an
rolled an
8. You got the celestial.
Oh.
So,
I've
In this
ascended.
place?
okay.
Yeah.
So, you sprout a pair of softly luminescent feathered wings from your back and gain a flying speed of 30 feet.
Amazing.
And as far as I'm aware, all of these things are permanent. Doesn't say how long
Oh,
they
yeah.
last for.
Yeah, they're permanent.
Oh.
Oh, damn.
Look
Look at you go. That's useful.
However, with the nature of this place, as these luminescent feathered wings sprout out, they've got like that divine glow for about 5 seconds before they then sort of pool like black tar over them. They still function as per the drawing of the card. It's just the appearance of them in this place is slightly different.
Oh.
No, that's good. That's much more metal. It's much more you.
I mean, yeah.
Goes with the horns.
Thank you.
They're antlers.
Yeah. No, but they don't know. Thank you. Pauses, going. Realizes doesn't know your name. Friend.
I
That's.
snap my fingers at Gary.
Fluffles.
Oh, hi, Fluffles. So
I was
what's...
close. Sorry, I called her the fluffy fuck up, so I guess I was kind of close.
Yeah.
No,
I
I've not heard it before.
Okay, so what did we roll on the wild brew, and which class do you have the most levels in?
Artificer and 70.
70. So, it tastes sweet to you, and there's almost, when you get like the butterflies in your stomach when you're nervous about something, you get that
Never.
sort of effect.
Mhm.
I don't know
Bandito
her.
might not, but
No, even that.
you can choose a non-magical object you can see, no larger than a medium creature. It is separated into its raw component elements.
Ooh. What's going to be useful?
Gonna splice someone. It's hideous.
Yeah, I
There's
can't do
Waffle
it.
there.
I can't do it to Grimo. Okay, actually, This is great. This is useful. I would like to know. We're waiting for these sort of floating islands to converge so we can hop from one to another.
Yes.
Right. What else do we know about the Citadel? Because I feel like I would have been preparing as much as possible. So if this can be a prep thing, then that'd be great.
Yeah. So as part of a prep thing, all of you would have probably been looking to do some form of prep to get the heck out of this place. So you can all make a check of some description. I will let you choose what skill that it is you'd like to do, and I will give you answers based on the skill that you do. I know that's very vague of me to say it that way, but
I was going to say I'm a bit of an idiot, so I might need something a little bit less vague.
Basically, what I'm saying is choose your highest skill that you have and roll that.
That's a 25 on investigation.
Can I make a case
Yes.
for deception,
Yes.
utilizing my primary function as a honeypot spy, in which I just pose as a regular schmegular house cat, getting pats and hearing all of the juicy gossip and information?
100% will allow that. Go for it.
I rolled persuasion for a nat 20 for a 26. People just talk to me. Also, I can fly now, so I'm coming.
I got 33 on deception.
God. Hey.
Level 14, baby.
Yeah. Okay. So what did Faerun go for?
So I went for medicine because animal handling was the same. So I think medicine would be a little bit more better. So with her brewer's tools, imagine she's just kind of like trying to figure out a way to mix wild brew with doing some sort of healing properties because she's got like a bit of Malexor kicking about. So she's just like,
A little bit of this. No.
and then just kind of takes her mistletoe that she's got wrapped around her tail and just starts like just mixing up the vials and everything. That's her arcane focus, just like
Right, a little bit of a whisk of that, and then there you go.
The podcast listeners, Faerun picked a nose and put that in there.
Good, it's natural.
Extra protein.
And what was the roll for the medicine?
Oh, sorry, 22.
Okay. And then Kaelin, what did you go for?
So this whole time, Kaelin has had her little awakened spellbook out, and a spectral quill has been taking notes. She's just been learning so much about the people at the table, which is very useful for her. I rolled Arcana, and I got a natural 20 for a 34.
God's
Yes.
sake. Okay, I'm going to come to the two natural 20s last. The easiest one for me to come to is going to be the medicine check. Now, you specifically said wild brew and healing potions. So, instead of doing preparation for going into the place, you're preparing for what to take in there.
Mm-hmm.
And what you're able to do during the prep time that you've had between when you've got here and this point is you have been able to brew yourself 5 random healing potions. So they'll work the same as the wild surge ones, except for we will go through we'll roll for the different types of healing potions there are. So you might get a standard healing potion, you might get a superior healing potion.
So I'm going to put 5 wild healing then in that case. That's what I'm going to call it. 5 wild healing potions. Cool.
So that's what you got for that. We will then come to the deception check. Fluffles. In order for you to achieve this, Gary can't be with you. Gary will sit in one of the booths on his own as you act the cat, basically. And you come across the large pit fiend that was drinking the tea before. And as you're sort of hanging around in the lower rafters where they can see you, they sort of put their hand up and they've been like their little finger is pretty much the entire size of your body, but they just sort of scratch the top of your head. And you can hear that they are having a conversation with another pit fiend, slightly smaller one, considerably smaller one. And they are talking about the fact that Renarath has no army, has no guards, and nothing around the castle. And there is this gateway that is forming above it, just behind the citadel, and it looks like something big is starting to come through it, is what you hear from them flying around. Then we move over to the investigation check from El Bandito. And Bandito, sort of, you learn the same things that Fluffles learn, minus the gate. But what you do learn is, in addition to that, is the layout of the citadel itself. It is very much you walk in the doorway, the citadel's there. There's no hallways to go through, or basically it's not a dungeon. It's you just walk straight in and his throne room is right there. So as soon as you can get across this gap, you straight through the door, you can confront him straight away, is what you learn. No, the other thing I was going to say, I was leaving for one of the natural 20s, but yes, that's what you get from that.
Sure.
The natural 20 on the Arcana check, that place, the entire citadel itself is, this deck of many, many things is sort of excreting a lot of magical energies, a lot of chaotic magical energies. The citadel as a whole is doing the exact same. You know that if you go in there, there is a very strong chance that you're going to get hit by wild magic surges while in there, and that Renarath probably is able to manipulate and control some of those things, basically their actions, when you're in there.
Good to know.
And then, Tom, please remind me what your role was for again. Persuasion.
Pre-persuasion, yeah.
Yeah. So your persuasion check was a conversation that you had with Grimo to try and get some information from him about what's going on in this place. And he tells you that there is a person from Faerun who has been scouting out the sort of landmass, the two land masses that aren't quite connected yet. And when those two reconnect, they're going to run back and tell everybody that, that it's connected, we can go and attack. So that's sort of the calling card for when to go and fight Renarath.
Nice.
Which happens now, actually, as I say that, because we're getting very close to the break time. As you're all sitting there having your drinks, drawing your cards. In fact, does El Bandito draw a card?
No, we still need to finish off the potion, because I needed to know what the sort of the pre-prep was to know what I would disseminate into its atoms.
Yes.
Usefully. Now, you said that this entire town has been built from stuff from all of the planes.
Yes.
Great. Am I then correct in thinking there might be some giant monster truck-style tires around?
And maybe some giant monster trucks, yes.
Oh. Well, that changes things.
We're bringing
I would
her back.
I would like there to be a tire. I would like the thing that I melt down into its sort of raw material to be a tire, because I want the rubber to lace throughout my armor, Pip's armor if there's enough left, and the others look very squishy. Fluffles looks like kind of hidey. Fluffles has also been a bit of an ass, so maybe
Fluffles
not.
is also naked.
Yeah, Fluffles doesn't be wearing. It doesn't be wearing. Fluffles ain't wearing no clothes.
Doesn't be wearing nothing.
Don't be wearing nothing. So I want to gather rubber that I can lace through our armor and put under Nutmeg's hooves to hopefully help against what we know to be a big ball of electricity.
Okay. Roll me. I'm going to use the new tool rules from the 2024 book. Can you roll me an intelligence check with proficiency, please? And if you happen to be proficient in Tinker's tools, which I think you are as an artificer, you can roll that with advantage.
Great. So, and this would be okay. This is going to be a plus 10. Oh no, I've been rolling so well. Okay, that's a 19 total.
I mean, 19's still pretty high.
Yeah, but Josh, it could be so many more numbers than that.
Yes. You are, choosing to sort of melt down a monster truck tire, and considering the fact you are of quite small stature, with Pip as well, you've got more than enough and some spare to lace the inner outs of your armor. You could kit out the entire team if you wanted to. What this will do for all of you is it will give you resistance to lightning damage when you take lightning damage 3 times. Once those 3 times are done, it runs out.
Well,
That
It's only
seems
a
fair.
limited use.
yeah.
Thank you. I think, yeah. So she'll like the scene in the tavern. She'll drink the potion. How does it like? What was the exact wording? It's just that I can do this now.
Yeah, it's what did you roll again? It was so
17.
choose a non-magical object you can see no larger than medium creature. It's separated into its raw components, so you can. The way I picture it is this big monster truck tire has been like center point in this tavern for quite a while, and you just happen to glance at it as you're drinking this, thinking, I could make some really good conductive things out of this, and then it just goes like Minecraft style, just breaks apart, and all of the components are just there.
I think it's the base of our table. I think our table is like this wheel with just like a plank of wood on top. But she's short, so she can see it all. And it's like as she drinks it, she's like, I can see how the molecules of the universe are formed. That I need that. And the entire table just crashes.
Yeah.
And there's a sticky rubbery mess underneath. Quick, move the wood. I don't need that. And then hold still, everyone.
Gary comes in and picks up some wood as well and helps move it.
Hey, just making eye contact with Gary and then sort of like tilting my head slightly. Ship? I don't know.
Hey.
I'm married.
Does the whole Miles Morales hand on your shoulder, hey, and then carries on picking up wood.
I like him.
We'll clock Fluffles. Are you okay that our familiars are friends?
Oh, Gary's allowed to have friends as long as it doesn't interfere with his commitments to me.
Okay. I can respect that. Same for this one.
Frony
Understood.
just kind of looks up at Carolyn and just like,
Carolyn, are you my familiar?
I'm familiar to you, darling. Familiars work a little differently. Yes, sure, I'm your familiar. Let's go with that.
Why not?
Yay! The last time I had anything close to this was when I had a whole bunch of fuck-ups go and do a heist for me.
That sounds like a lot of criminal activity.
You seem to have a problem with that. Hands are
No,
just
no.
covered in like tar.
I mean, I've broken many a spellcaster out of a sanatorium in my time. Crime is very much... My best friend is the softest crime boy you could ever meet. I'm not one to judge.
Faerun,
Sometimes
your
you gotta
familiar
break a
feels
few
a bit of a
eggs.
dweeb.
I concur.
It's fine. Once you get to know her, she's very, nice, amiable,
That's cute.
adequate.
Do you want her to have resistance to lightning?
Sure, why not? She's a little
You
bit
just get a big
squishy.
smear across your face.
Oh, why is that warm?
Well, it's gotta be to be melted. Here. And we'll do this to Faerun. You just get like splats all over you.
I'll just be like loving it. It's like,
This is great. War paint.
All right, everyone, get slicked up.
My Urukai.
Kellen's just thinking to herself, is this because I'm the only one without fur? I don't understand.
you're
Gary
like
just-
the anti-furry.
Can I have some?
We'll look at Fluffles.
Can I have some?
I don't know. Are you gonna stop calling me boring?
It was a passing comment of an initial impression.
Huh. Well, it was wrong. Slap down your face.
Oddly enough, as soon as it slaps onto your face, Fluffles, it seems to just turn white as if it's blended in with your armor.
Funny that.
Huh. Interesting.
Gary may have some if you would permit it.
Yeah, sure, I get a little bit left. I'm just gonna, like, climb Gary's back, like, all the way up so he gets it all up his back.
I feel like I have climbed Gary's back like a tree so many times that there's probably grooves to put your feet into.
Oh, convenient.
Oh, poor Gary. Jesus.
He loves it. It's fine.
Probably warning.
He hasn't complained yet.
He's not complained at all. Nope. So as you all, is there any final preparations, any final drawing of cards or wild brews to be drunk before we move on to the break?
I mean, I'd quite like to drink the brew. I think that'll be quite fun.
I go.
It's got a bit bigger this time, and it's reduced.
No, things around me have happened growing the tree. Very wild nonsense. To the
Blanja.
spit in your eye.
No,
D100.
D100, and you are primarily fighter, aren't you?
I am 96.
Oh wow, that was a high one.
I'm gonna go for a card. I want to take a card.
I was going to say, before we go, Karen, tall person, that's your name, yes?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
The
Karen,
pleasure is most certainly yours.
Good.
I don't like the charm on this one. Keep an eye on your familiar. El Bandito and I, as apologies for the first impression, would you draw a card with me?
You gonna draw one too?
I am indeed. I just said we.
All right then. Bottoms up.
Okay, so while all of you roll D100s and we find out what those results are, Tom, what is higher, your athletics or your performance?
Interesting question. I can tell you. Let's have a look. Athletics, you say?
Yeah, which one's higher, athletics or performance?
Hold on, look at my skills. Athletics is for performance. Athletics.
Okay, so as you drink this brew, unfortunately, you get the stinky sock edition of it, and it sort of leaves a really horrible taste in your mouth, like sweaty feet. And you feel with that, you feel your strength sort of drain from you a little bit, but you feel that you could quite easily stand on a table, what's left of this table, and give a really good performance. For the next 10 minutes, your athletics and your performance totals are swapped.
Oh. Okay. Neat. It's not like I'm going to have to try and jump on the back of a giant elk, but I'm going to do it with majesty.
With style.
With style.
I'm going to... maybe I do a backflip.
You can do... I would allow you to do a backflip with a performance check if you'd like to.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Let's see how this goes. So that... for 6. Oh, God.
So
What are you trying to do?
I
you go
don't
to
know.
do a backflip, but you don't know how to do a backflip. So instead of instead of doing like the full rotation round, you just jump backwards and land in the remnants of the table.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
I don't know. It tasted of socks. It's bad.
Oh, sorry. I thought
Did
you were
they-
trying to do the time warp or something.
Do they bounce because of the rubber edition?
I guess.
Like a little bit. It doesn't use up any of your uses, you're fine. But yeah, you do bounce a little bit. Now, what did we roll on Deck of Many Things? I'm going to come to Fluffles last because
Because
Fluffles...
I'm making faces.
Well, no, because you're the owner of the deck, but now because you're also making faces. So we'll go to El Bandito first.
84.
Ooh, 84. Roll again.
What?
Roll again.
There's only 67 cards in... No,
Oh,
66 cards
okay.
in there.
18.6. Stop rolling
Roll again.
18.
18.6.
86. What is wrong
18.6.
with this?
I had to have 86.
My percentile. Okay, 45.
45. Okay. You
Ooh.
have the rogue.
Oh.
Let me scroll down.
Rogue for a rogue.
Gets it first. Who gets it first?
TRSTUV. I can't do my
K L M N O
ABCs.
P.
I can't find it. It's not in there.
Oh no, it's in the original deck
Oh,
of
you
many
need to have
things.
both open. Oh, okay. Let me get the other one
Yeah.
open.
Oh, I've got it. So, all forms of wealth that you carry or own, other than magic items, are lost to you. This wealth can be recovered either in the treasury of the Monastery of the Distressed Body or Quelicious Nab in Dione Gloriae, whichever comes later in the adventure? Very
Those are the only
specific.
2 options we got.
My rocks!
All your worldly possessions.
But your sack
Wait.
just floats
No,
off.
no, no. Everything that's not a magic item, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait, no, it was the rogue, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I read the wrong one. I'm so sorry.
No,
Okay.
you're all
Oh,
good.
thank God
Your
for that.
rocks all land back.
Okay.
Not the shiny math rocks.
No, okay. An NPC of the DM's choice becomes secretly hostile towards you. The identity of your unit enemy isn't known until the NPC or someone else reveals it. Any enchantment spell on the NPC at 6th level or higher can end the NPC's hostility towards you.
I mean, not to spoil it, it's probably Beverly, isn't it?
Probably, yeah.
Beverly was lovely.
That you know.
That
was,
I know.
You
I was
should
gonna
hear
say
the
that
shit she was
nutmeg.
talking about you at the fire.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, go and make nutmeg hostile.
I'm not going
Okay.
to. No, I won't do that. It'll be Beverly.
She technically is an NPC.
Yeah, it's Beverly. Which is technically part of you because of your class.
I mean,
But it
so
wouldn't make sense to
emotionally
do
we
that,
are.
but yeah.
Yeah, we're trapped in an reincarnation cycle. So, yeah.
So,
Which also means Tony's technically a version of me as well. It's complicated.
so many versions
Very
of
low
people.
key.
Ah. Ba-dum-bumch. Kaylin, what did you roll?
I rolled a 57.
57. Good, strong number.
That-
You got the tavern.
Which is appropriate for where you
Ooh.
currently are.
Your charisma score increases by 2 to a max of 22.
Well, they do call me sassy yet classy.
Ooh.
I'll take it.
And now even classier.
Mm.
Now, the one I rolled,
Hmm.
I rolled. Where are my dice? What did I roll? What number did I roll? I rolled the bridge, which is scrolling. I
Oh,
gain the
God.
ability to cast time stop 1d3 number of times.
Oh,
Amazing.
okay, that's gonna resolve a lot of issues.
Can you roll me a D3, please? One
D6.
D3, D6 half it. Yeah.
Cool. 4, so I can do it twice.
Okay. Let me
I
just.
love this deck.
Let's do the
Incredible.
time stop again.
You said,
He does a hop back into the table, boing, boing, boing.
yeah, as I said, just like, you thought you were doing the time warp. No, we're doing the time stop. Here we go.
Yes.
Right, I will load that spell up so we have got that. Let's do the new version for shits and gigs. Okay, so as you all draw your cards, drink your brews. Was there anybody else? Was there anybody who hadn't drunk a brew who would like to?
Erlen hasn't drunk one yet.
Oh, I'll drink. Oh, I will. It's about time I suffered at the hands of
I mean,
our own creation.
I think at this point, like, everyone else has had it, so Faerun is just kind of staring at you, trying to peer pressure you a little bit.
Mhm.
Probably at the point where it's like just getting closer and closer to your lips.
Yeah.
Come on,
just think-
Lin Lin.
Oh.
I'm gonna have a full plethora of nicknames for you, pal Heat. So don't worry.
I should have pulled 10 cards.
That's still on the table.
You still
I
can,
rolled
yeah.
a 93 for the
And you're
wizard
a
table.
wizard, aren't you?
I'm a what?
Wizard.
Ooh, okay. So as you all, I'll come to what yours is in a minute. In fact, I'm going to save it for a second. As you take your shot, you don't feel anything for the moment. And as you're wondering, why has nothing happened yet? The door to the tavern bursts open and a hooded figure stumbles in. And this figure goes, "Oh, the bridge thingy-my-bob is out now. Oh, come on. We need to go attack that bloody devil. Come with me." And you watch as a rat comes out from underneath the cloak, sort of looks around, spots all of you, gestures with its middle finger for you to come, and then runs back into the robes. And
You too, Rat.
and that's
Fuck
where
you.
we're going to go to a break for the moment. We're going to come back and we are going to discover what Kaylin's wild brew drink was and find out how the group are going to deal with the demon that is making this multiverse their own. So come join us in 5-10 minutes. Welcome back, everybody. We have had our short rest, refilled our drinks, drunk some wild brew potions, drew some cards and shuffled some decks, and we are going to jump straight back into the second half of this session. In the first half, our group of kidnapped adventurers, heroes, I was going to think of chaos gremlins, have all been brought together in this world or universe that is being created by a fiend or devil called Renarath. You have all been located in the town of Junk for the past 3 weeks, and a scout has gone off and is waiting for the Citadel, which is where Renarath's home is, to connect with the rest of this large island so that everybody can go and attack him. We drew some cards, we had some potions, many funny effects happened. One effect is still to resolve as a figure ran in with a rat falling out of its robes, and the figure just shouts, "Oh, it's all rebuilt. We can charge over now and do the whole attack. Does anybody want to go? Want to do the attack?"
Quick, to the monster truck.
Oh,
You have a monster truck?
You don't?
Is it a monster or a truck?
Yeah, what kind of monster? Is it like a Tarask truck?
Yeah, I painted one on it, yeah.
No.
What, you don't want it to be a Tarask truck?
No, I mean like a Tarask with wheels.
Oh, no, you need to come see it.
Oh, okay. Lead the way, El Bandito.
I am terrified with every sentence I have just heard uttered in my presence.
Gary
You'll get
gathers up
used to
all of the
it.
cards and puts them into a pouch on his side that's very close, sort of separated from the rest of the items that he carries. It has its own pride of place, and he begins to run. Turns around to Fluffles. Would you like me to carry you, Fluffles?
Uppies now.
Picks you up, basically puts you on his shoulders, and then runs.
Yep, I'm like a fairy boa.
I look down at Veronia. You want uppies, don't you?
Aha.
I'll pick Veronia up and put her on my shoulders.
Just like this tappy 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 on Carolyn's head. Just like just kind of biscuits.
Oh, that's okay. You can stay.
And the who did?
Princess.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no, I'm good. She takes a wooden pole off her back, and it's like the most busted-ass looking broom that you've ever seen. Like, it's mostly just the pole and a couple of twigs left on the end. And then just bits of scrap metal have been hammered into it instead of the rest of the bristles. She hops on. Onwards! And it'll lift up and start, like, flying along next to everyone else.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess I'll get, or could, just to pull myself on the side of it, and they're like, oi, no riding on things here. I'm like, fuck you! Just gallop out of a wall.
Funny thing happens when you get onto Nutmeg.
What that?
Your wings retract back into your back, and almost like ink pull out of your body and onto Nutmeg, and then sprout out of her.
At a girl. Oh my god, she's so speedy as well. She moves 60 feet and then 120. Oh my god. Oh, I'm a Pegasus Knight now. This is amazing.
Yeah. Sick.
Yeah. So you all run out and run to where the monster truck is. The hooded figure follows you and runs with you. Nobody else does. Everybody else is too busy drinking or eating or not really having much of a care. So you've got somebody else with you.
Come, mysterious stranger, do you want uppies?
No, I'm quite big actually. I'm all right. I'd like to get in that truck though.
Yeah, sure, feel free. Can you drive?
No.
Huh, interesting.
I drive people up the wall.
So do I.
Yeah, I've been told that as well. Can anyone here drive?
I'm good at figuring it out.
Yeah, well, I can figure it out too, but also my legs are stupid short like yours are, so...
I drove a boat.
Okay, well, this is kind of close, I guess.
Well, suggestion, why doesn't one of you put your foot on the pedals, the other one steer, and another one looks out and tells everybody where to go. Completely
do
ignoring
that.
the fact that there's large people with you.
No, we could. No, it's a good point because we need the smart people to work to work her. So
Yeah, we need to have the professionals at work,
Hmm.
moving this vehicle along.
yeah, absolutely. So Fluffles, you're on pedals.
No, I am not on pedals. I am not strong.
Okay.
I am smart. I am dexy. I am charismatic, but I am not strong. I'm on wheel.
I'm not particularly strong either.
I have a big bum. I can sit on the pedals. Is that right? I'm not strong, but I can at least go.
Okay, Veronia, you're on pedals. Fluffles, you're on the wheel. I shall navigate.
As it was told in the stars.
As it was written.
And I will brace for impact.
Yeah, that's a good plan. Actually, no, there is a drum kit on the back if you want to get on that.
Boom. Sorry, that was a joke.
I feel like I should say no, but I'm going to say yes.
Sure.
I would quite like to do that.
It
Yeah,
helps if
it's
he
my
gets
understand.
hands.
Yeah, it's my understanding that all vehicles have a drum kit on them. This one also has like hoof slots for Nutmeg to. But she can fly now, so if you just want to fly alongside us, Pip, then you go right ahead.
Maybe if you need to bail out, I can try and. I am strong, so I could probably catch most of you and put you on the back of this
Sure.
very large elk that would fit all of you, but we're like this.
If your
this machine.
large elk has wings and
Yeah.
you've got a slot for an elk for a hoofed creature on the truck, could you make it a flying truck?
I don't know. How strong are you feeling, Mom?
I mean, I probably could carry most of you. Yes, of course, anything's possible. I don't think that... No one's asking you. Yeah, okay. As we play our land. Clip.
To be clear, it is what she has done is taken one of the monster trucks that Josh said was here and decorated it to look like a Tarrasque, but in terms of like there is a big sort of metal like cone that's attached to the front of it and to the back of it as a tail, but the front it's sort of like it's open, there's jagged teeth, and there's a flamethrower sticking out the front of it.
Of course.
I feel like there's like it's the type of monster truck which has like a naked lady on the side or something, like that kind of jazzed up.
Oh well,
My main
it does
question
have
is
the name. It does
Oh,
have
okay.
the name, which is Spangled Tits the Third.
Oh my god, I love it. I mean, does Spangled Tits the Third have a cup holder? That's what I want to know.
Of course, I am not a monster.
Oh,
What
thank
size
God,
are
I can.
they? Sorry, what size are they? C? We talking D, B?
Oh, just a modest C.
Okay.
Oh, I can fit my bottle in there then.
Mm-hmm.
Fit it right.
Then she's just gonna plonk
I mean,
one
you
of
could
her
fit two
wild
if
brew
you
on
like.
there. It's like both in.
For both hands.
Right. If you keep all of your hands and arms inside the car at all times, don't try and use the seat belts because I took them out for safety reasons. Mother, can you fit your hooves inside?
Click. I'm ready when you are.
Perfect.
I'd like to point out she's speaking Great Elk, so for the rest of you, it's just a sort so just...
Just screaming.
Elk...
Jesus.
So, one thing that you will notice and have noticed over the past 3 weeks is, as this is a universe that is beginning to form itself, there's a lot of magical energies and raw ley lines that are sort of in the sky and beginning to sort of form the world itself. You've not seen a sun and you've not seen a moon. However, looking into the sky now for the next minute, all of you can see an eclipse.
Is that written about in the prophecies / in the books? Is that a good sign? Is that...
Well, it's interesting because it means that what we've done here is that somehow this pocket dimension has stolen a sun and a moon from somewhere else. So there's some really unhappy people somewhere.
So we probably should speed this up.
We should speed this up. People are dying.
Are there stars in the sky?
Yes, actually, but it's not it's not like how we would look out at the sky and it's just complete blackness. It is mixtures of purples, blues, reds. It's very astral spacey out there at the moment.
Good.
Yes. Although, while you're having this conversation about the sun and the moon being stolen from somewhere else, it just disappears like it was some sort of an illusion.
No. Oh well, I guess they got them. I guess they got it back.
Yeah, those illusory people are probably dead, though.
Someone probably sneezed. That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Well, R.I.P. to them.
Stranger, are you getting it? Are you what are you doing here? You seem to be very urgent, and then are you gonna come in the truck with us?
Oh yeah, I'm getting it. I was one of the ones that I want to get out of it. I've been wandering around for ages. It's my thing, you see. I wander around and I get lost and I turn up in other places, and I've been trying to wander around here. And I can't seem to
sure. Yeah, we all have the same
You're a
kind of thing.
wanderer.
Yeah.
We all fall through
wanderer.
portals.
Oh, sorry. Pulls his hood down, and for the briefest of moments, you think that he's a fiend, but he's a red-skinned orc with black tattoos on his arms, wearing a breastplate armor that's sort of black with red. It looks very demonic, but doesn't look like it's very functioning, and has a rat that pops out of the top. He's got mutton chop sort of beard, and the sides of his head's just shaved, and it's pulled up into like a bun with like chopsticks in the top. Oh yeah, sorry, my name's Garnot. How'd you do?
No
Can
one
you give me your
asked.
real name?
What do you mean? Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, yeah, right.
Try
Are we
again.
going?
Yeah, I mean, do you want to go? I mean, you can't use the cups because everyone else is using the cups, but
No, that's fine.
yeah.
I can spare a cup for you if you want.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
I on the task, Faeronia. Have you got a
Sorry.
license for that rat?
Oh, this is my friend Roger.
Yeah, but does he have a license?
A license
He
for
looks-
what? He can drive.
He looks delicious.
Wait, what?
He can drive, yeah.
But he's so small.
We're small.
Yeah, sizes and everything.
Wow.
Don't
Okay.
sass Her Majesty. How dare! I have to speak with animals, so I turned to Roger like, "You're right."
Yeah, I'm right, you.
Oh, not too bad.
First time anybody's ever spoken to Roger.
I mean, no one cares. Just no one cares enough. Pip, on the other hand, spends a lot of time speaking to animals. You want to go save the world?
I'd like to get out of here very much, please, yes.
Makes sense. Do you actually know how to drive?
I do, yes. You need to pull the clutch in and you need to
Clutch.
put the gear in place and you
Yeah.
need to, somebody needs to, I'm not
What?
I'm not
Sorry, I don't
large,
speak animal.
Yeah.
I'm
Camera
not
pans around to Pip going,
I'm not large enough to do any of this, so I if you could guide them to what to do and all of that stuff, then I can help.
okay, I guess I need to turn to Garnot. Can you speak to Roger?
Roger can speak.
Right. Okay. Roger, you tell me. I'll tell the little ones.
Okay. And then
Tell us what?
Roger knows how to drive, but Roger's is even smaller and so doesn't know how to. Do you know what a clutch is?
So fucking good for Roger.
Is-
Of course I know what a clutch is. This doesn't need one because this was not invented in the 1960s.
I've got something that can help, Roger says to you, Pip. Disappears into the armor and then comes back out, has one of those little driver's hats on and has a big bag, pulls out like a toy steering wheel and some foot pedals and things, and sets those up on Garnot's shoulder, and he sits down on a little chair and begins putting his feet forward and turning like this. When I do these motions, you tell them to do that, and then we can drive.
Oh, well, considering that perception's gone a bit wonky for a bit, yeah, let's see how this goes.
I'm
Oh
gonna-
yes. Oh god.
Yeah.
Because Garnet was speaking in common, right?
Garnot's speaking in common, yeah.
I'm going to climb up Garnet so I'm like nose to nose with Roger. Listen here, you little prick. I know how to fucking drive. I just can't. In the same way that your scrawny little ass can't either, okay? We don't need your help. And she'll,
Roger looks at you.
Climb down.
Roger looks to you.
Climb up.
Why is she being so mean to me? It was Garnot that was telling her off for being short.
she kind of like her anger is like fire. It kind of spreads, but she's got a good heart deep
Acid,
down.
I don't do fire.
You can't understand me. I'm speaking rat.
And then Roger just carries on doing what he's doing, and Garnot just sort of sits down, puts his seatbelt on, and is like,
No seatbelt.
There's no seatbelts. It's a safety feature.
Canonically, last time Spangled Tits drove, we all put our seatbelts on.
he goes to put a seatbelt on, what he thinks is a seatbelt, but it's just two bits of paper that when they attach just rips. Oh, shit.
Right. Okay.
Right. Carolyn, drums.
I'm ready, I think.
Right.
Yeah, we need you to kick it off, though.
Right. How does this go?
Is that
And
the
a 1
ignition, is
and a
it?
2 and a yabba dabba doo?
Make
That's
me
enough.
a performance check.
You're welcome for that extra charisma.
Natural 1.
Hey.
Oh my god.
I do the equivalent, like the drum kit equivalent of someone playing a triangle and hitting the string instead.
The irony, man. Like considering that you're a musician in
Oh, yeah,
real life, you
I-
play
I-
the drums.
I toured with a metal band as a drummer for 8 years, so I full on go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I lift my hands up and the sticks fly out of my hands.
I'm just looking at Faerunia like, the fuck is this?
This is your human.
Not much.
Just gonna subtly cast Mage Hand and get it to do it for me.
And I'll let you roll with advantage this time.
Hey. Better. That is a 19.
19. So you, and as you hit a few of the drum beats, the engine begins to start roaring to life. And as you hit the 5th drum beat, it accelerates forward as Faerunia sort of plonks down on the, Josh doesn't know how to drive, but on the bit that allows you to the accelerator, and
Accelerator.
the whole car goes, the whole truck goes, and everybody goes, "Hurrah!" And you propel forward. Now, I'm going to need a land vehicle skill check, which we're going to say is dexterity based. Whoever wants to roll that out of the 3 who are helping with the driving can. You will gain advantage, and because you've got 3 people doing it plus Roger guiding, I'll give you a +3 to the result. So advantage and +3.
I feel like this is going to be, because I'm shouting at Fluffles and Faerunia. I feel like let's give it to Fluffles as the middle person.
Okay. And you said it's dex based.
Dex based with proficiency and +3, and with advantage.
Okay.
Come on, Rogue.
Good thing it's me because I also have reliable talent. So unless it's a 1, it's going to count as a 10.
Good.
Great.
This is going to be very high.
Okay, so that's a 15 on the dice.
And
And then
Proficiency.
dex plus proficiency is plus another 10.
Yep.
No, 29.
And then
So that's
+3.
25, 26, 27, 28.
Yeah.
Yeah. No issues between the 3 of you. You're able to coordinate, and with Roger's guidance on when to push down on the accelerator and when to change gears and all of that sort of stuff. You trug along quite nicely. Now, as you're driving towards this citadel, picture heavy metal music beginning to play as you can now see this large gateway beginning to open up behind the citadel. Yep, there we go. And as that's happening, you watch as this big giant maw begins appearing in, like, pulling through the gateway. For those of you who have been in the astral sea, Tony, you would recognize this as the maw of an astral dreadnought that is beginning to pull its way through the gateway into this world.
Wait, have I been in the Astral Sea?
You've traveled the multiverse a lot, so
Sure. Great.
it makes sense that you would know what a dreadnought is.
Oh, fun.
Yes, and as that heavy music begins to beat, the pulses begin to come from the citadel as more bits of land begin to connect together to form this world, and waves of pulse energy sort of go past all of you. And as they do, the waves behind them traveling with them, like the tide on the sea, you've got grass that takes over the place of the grey sand, and then you've got magma and sort of like hell, basically. So it's, as you're driving along, this world is changing its appearance to however Renarath wants it to look. It's like he's going through a wallpaper thing on The Sims, picking what one he wants. It's just like, oh yeah, no, I want that one. It's just cycling through, changing how this world looks to his feel, and you're all feeling that. And every time you get that pulse come through you, it's like an almost like static shock. Any metal bits that you're wearing or anything, you get like that whole static feeling between your skin and the metal. Doesn't do any damage or anything, but it makes you go a little bit tingly for a little bit as you drive closer.
Ooh, fun.
Is the plan to stop at the gate or to just plow your way straight through?
I vote
Keep
go
going.
through.
Keep going. Oh, Fluffles, left. Then right. Okay, then really hard left. Keep going. Very important to do a donut. Everyone hands in the air.
Fluffle's hands go in the air, it veers off.
Not you. Okay, now straighten up. Left, right.
You watch as Roger joins in and just puts his hands in the air, and the steering wheel he's got goes crazy.
Not you, Roger. No fun for you.
Oh.
I like to think that while this is going on, like Faerun is just going to keep her her dump truck on the accelerator until she can actually hear someone say stop. So just a heads up for that.
Do we even have a brake pad, or is it just straight? Yeah.
Does it
I'm
work?
sure monster trucks have brake pads.
You have time, stop.
I would have made sure the brakes worked. In fact, no, you need to use the brake to do a donut. So that would have been coordination for that as well.
I was just imagining if your sudden enemy had actually cut the brakes.
Oh god.
No.
That would have been fun.
Don't give him ideas.
I'm
what I
giving
do.
no one any ideas.
I can't even remember her name.
Beverly.
Beverly, why?
Was it Beverly or Barley? It was one of the two.
Beverly.
Yeah, Beverly.
I thought that's a brilliant name.
As we just go off a cliff.
That's it. End of episode.
And that's how the session ends. However, as you're traveling along, you watch as parts of the world are forming, mountains begin to drop in, there's a bit more buildings and everything begin, and eventually as you get closer, you're very close to it now, but the citadel begins to then suddenly rise up out of the ground as a mountain begins to form underneath it, and it sort of melds its way into that mountain, totally encompassing the astral dreadnought that's currently trying to get through this gateway. However, conveniently for story purposes, a rock formation cliff appears that looks to be some sort of a ramp for you to do some sort of cool stunt shit off of if you'd like to.
Oh yeah.
Ollie.
Yeah.
Do we need to
Do a
fly?
flip.
You could fly. I will also put to Evie, because I know Evie is a massive Legend of Zelda fan, that if you wanted to use one use of your time stop to freeze the entire truck and do the whole Link attacking it thing and then rocket yourselves forward, I would allow you to do that.
Yes. Absolutely.
Just spinning.
Oh yeah. Putting all the power into the truck to
Yep. So as
Plus, it brings together the Borderlands imagery of like flying through the air, pause, spangle tits. Keep going.
So as the truck veers off of this cliff at full pace, you get quite a good bit of height to it, but it doesn't look like you've got enough height to be able to clear the top of this ledge into the citadel, and that's where Fluffles. How would you use time stop?
So I'm going to. So Fluffles doesn't have any claws because she was cruelly declawed as a child, but she does have psionic claws.
Yay!
Which kind of ching out, and she kind of clicks them together somehow, with a flash of pink in her eyes and from the claws as time stops. Oh, I get a Quicksilver moment as well.
And I am Fluffles. As everything freezes, and you're the only one that can act normally at this point. So do you just go to town on the back of the truck?
I do,
Bank that Trask.
but before I do that, Gary is a common item.
Yes.
Therefore, I can do to him whatever I want.
Yes.
No.
Within reason.
with it. Look,
Never got called a common
Has he
item.
consented?
he has consented to this relationship. I think it's in
Oh,
the
good.
contract.
Yeah.
Yep. I am just going to. It's a one shot. Will you allow me just to draw a very elaborate moustache that goes all along his face and to bedazzle his outfit just a little bit, just so he looks like a disco ball?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, and I will position his hand onto whoever is next to him's bum.
Roll.
Just to
I
give him
think.
an awkward situation.
Yeah, I think let's roll a d4 and half it. What?
3.
3. So that would be half, and that would be a 2, wouldn't it? So you put Gary's hand on Pip's bum.
Right on my little furry tail. Very forward. Yeah.
Feroni endorses this.
Right. So as you do this time stop, go to town on the back of the truck and position Gary's hand to stop Pip from falling over.
Sure.
And draw his mustache.
And draw that mustache as well, and bedazzle his outfit a little bit with some little bits of fantasy plastic, like magazine-style jewelry and things that have fallen through.
I'll do you one better,
Dear.
Yeah.
Evie.
Mhm.
In that, I think, quick flashback. At some point, Tony would have used. So one of my magic items is Nolza's marvelous pigments. So I think at some point, Tony would have created stuff using this. Basically, you can paint something that becomes real. Like you can paint a door that goes through a wall and it actually opens and becomes real. So feel free to have stolen a little bit of it to actually create a mustache on Gary.
Absolutely.
Like all over
Oh, yeah.
genuine hair.
Like one of those really twiddly ones that you see in like the Guinness Book of World Records.
Absolutely.
Kobolds, change the hero forge of Gary to a really twirly mustache. Nah.
Thanks, Kobolds.
Yes, so you do all of those things, and as the time stop ends, you just about get yourself into position as the monster truck accelerates midair right up and pretty much looks like it's going to go over the citadel as it begins to careen downwards. As you're going down, these waves are still hitting over you, and it begins to affect the truck itself, changing like the paint on the truck to different paint schemes, changes. At one point, for a split second, the truck ceases to be metal and you're inside a gelatinous cube for a split second, and then another wave hits over it and you are in a monster truck, but the parts of the truck that Tony had intended to be look like a Tarrasque actually now are parts of a Tarrasque. They are skeletal parts. So there's a skeletal skull that goes over the front bonnet of the car and a skeletal tail as you smash into the building, disintegrating what you hit into and sliding into the courtyard with the truck itself doing a barrel roll. I'm going to need everybody to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh boy.
So
17.
I would say at
21.
this point as well, all wild brew effects that had time limits on have now gone. But it's taken over an hour to drive here.
Do I have a time limit?
Which one was yours again?
Dancing sneak attack.
It's until you rest, so you've still got yours.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, so what were the dexterity saving throws, please?
17.
17.
Natural 20 somehow.
Baby.
Wow.
Whoa. Look at you in your 20s.
I know.
Supposed to save them for DM.
You using your Caleb dice?
No, actually.
What did everybody
That
else
was
get?
a nat 1 for a 4.
Yay!
21 and 19 for Meg.
Yep. And then what did Fluffles get? You don't need to worry about rolling for Gary.
22.
22.
For me, I'm
Right.
like, thank you, Gary. your hand has helped me in this difficult time.
Your supportive hand.
Best pals forever now.
Everybody other than El Bandito is going to half this damage.
Ooh.
So
Hang on.
6.
So is this a dex save for an effect? Because if I pass,
You take no
I don't
damage.
take anything.
Yep, so Fluffles will take no damage from this. So for El Bandito, you will take 16 points of damage. Everybody else will take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as you are rolled in this monster truck as it careens to a stop.
I have resistance and bludgeoning damage. Do I take damage still?
Yeah, if you have resistance, you half it, yes. I
So
believe
would
so.
I half it again?
Yes, so you take 4.
Okay. Okay.
That's hilarious. I love that.
I just go flying
It's because
through
I'm full
the-
of stars, apparently. That's why.
I just go flying through the non-existent windscreen, but it's a full like whee barrel roll.
Well, he's rough for Garnot.
As Garnot follows through the windscreen.
He's fine. He takes 8 points.
Is,
He's all right.
is Roger okay?
Roger's okay. He hides in the armor.
Oh, thank goodness.
He just hides and he just
But
pops his head out.
His props go flying. Like, no, the tiny steering wheel.
No.
I want to be very clear to anyone who is new here that Nat loves Roger so much. I personally would die for that rat. Just need to make sure we know.
Good lad.
Oh, no. I guess that.
But back in character, you arsehole!
You asshole!
Right. So
Why
you
did she
have.
hit the rat?
Oh no! You've all crashed.
Oh no.
You can pull yourselves out of the wreckage of the monster truck, and you are in a large circular room, the main room of the Citadel. And sitting on a throne, probably about 50 feet away from you, is this large, blackened, devilish creature. He's got horns that stick out of his head, almost like, so they stick out the front of his head like eyebrows and go to either side, and then they begin to fork out into lightning bolts that are spikes. He's got large blackish blue wings on his back, and he's just sitting there with his arms crossed. You can see he's got loads of what you now know as the ley lines that are forming this world. They are sticking into his back, and you can see that there are pulses of magical energy pumping into him and pumping out of him as he's performing the ritual to become the anchor point of this universe, basically. And he just looks down at all of you and doesn't say anything.
Well done, Spangled Tits. You were glorious once again. Well, you are a beautiful lady.
Two of the wheels fall off.
Yeah, I'm just nuzzling the end of the nose of the Tarask skull.
I motion to Gary.
Yes? Yes, sorry, that's not his voice. Yes, yes,
Do you think this guy wants a card?
we can certainly try.
Hello! Would you care for a powerful card?
A card, you say?
A card, I say.
You come crashing into my home and offer me gifts, is that correct?
So it would seem.
Could I have a persuasion roll, please?
You may. Lovely. So 19 on the dice plus 14. I can't do maths, but that's a big number.
That's a
20
33.
33.
33.
If you are presenting me with gifts, I will gladly take one. Please, ascend the stairwell and present me with your gift.
Presented. I motion to Gary to come with me and steps a little bit before me.
Yeah,
To give
okay.
me right.
Holds his hand out, and the large figure, large black fingernail, pulls down and picks out a single card. This is where things go terribly wrong. I need to roll for this, don't I?
I'm actually going to time stop to have a look at what it is before it comes into effect.
Oh.
Nikki.
Oh.
Just so that I am ahead of this thing.
Okay, yeah, because as you draw it, you use your last time stop. As he draws it, you use your last time stop, because if you draw it, you've drawn it. So as he's lifting it up before he sees the effect, I will roll. I rolled a 38.
A 38. Let's see.
Just
Okay,
while
this-
Evie's
Swap it with
looking
something
and
bad.
checking.
Swap it with something bad.
Oh god, I wish I could do that. Okay.
I mean,
oh
sleight
god.
of hand, you're a rogue.
I am
But you would draw
going
it
to
then.
choose to do exactly that and roll again, because it's pent.
What was it? Just
Your walking speed increases by 10 feet.
hilarious. Just like, I've got that.
Which I think for the boss guy is a bit pants. So we'll go.
Yeah,
I'll
he's
go
just
in.
speed walking.
Yeah, walking like the West Wing, going, "Oh, welcome to my castle."
It's so. What is it? My other house is like that. The speed walk is like it's like you shit your pants walking.
Right. So let me just scroll back up, and I will roll that again. 63. Two letters.
Oh, that is the undead. Promising name.
What does that do?
Does. Oh, somewhere on the material plane, a revenant rises. This revenant blames you for its existence and relentlessly hunts you to exact revenge. The revenant exists until either 1 year passes, the revenant kills you, or you use a wish spell to banish it permanently to the afterlife.
I will allow, as you have time stopped, Fluffles, I will allow you to sleight of hand check to change the deck to allow him so he re-rolls that, if you'd like.
Yeah, why not? Let's try. Let's roll it again.
If you roll
Fluffles'
high
draw.
enough, then what we'll do is we'll roll twice, and I'll let you pick the result.
Ooh, okay. So that was
Because
got another 19 for a 29.
that is high enough. So we will roll twice, and I will let you pick between the two results.
Okay.
So the first is a 17.
17. Sorry, there's a lot of scrolling here. The rail. Is that how you say it? Oh, it's from the original deck.
Switch to
Oh,
the original
Damn
deck.
this legacy.
What was it called?
the so much scrolling. The Urail,
Oh, I'm on the bag of beans.
beginning
That's
with
not
an
what I want.
E.
Got about the beans.
Have I got about the beans? Oh yeah, the Uriel. Uriel. The card's Medusa-like visage curses you. You take a -2 penalty on saving throws while cursed in this way. Only a god of the magic of the fates can end this curse. So that's a pretty good one for a boss.
Pretty good.
And then the next one. I want to see this before I say it. Okay. I rolled a 3.
Oh,
Oh
Wait.
no!
yes! Yes!
Is it the void?
No,
It's the
you
beast.
you immediately transform into a random beast with a CR of 5 or lower. Your game statistics, including your core hit points and possible actions, are replaced by the beast's game statistics. And any non-magical equipment you're wearing or carrying melds into your new form and can't be used. Any items you're carrying drop in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of your form. You remain transformed in this way for 2d12 days. Nothing can alter your form while you're under the effect of this card, but the wish spell can end the transformation early. When you revert to your normal form, you return to the same state you were in when you initially transformed. Doesn't say that if you drop to 0 hit points, you return back. So if you kill him...
So it's not like a wild shape situation then.
So you get to choose a CR5 beast. So I
The
will...
question is, if I go with Beast, is there still a game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
there's an Astral Dreadnought coming through.
Oh, yeah,
You
that's
gotta get
good.
to that. So you get to choose a creature of a beast, sorry, to be more specific, a CR5 or lower. If you choose that card. I mean, you could go with the -2 on all saving throws if you really want to.
Well, there's another thing coming through, and I like the idea of just being confronted with a giant space hamster. That sounds like fun to me.
He draws the card, looks at it, his eyes go wide because he knows what's about to happen to him, and then he just disappears into a cloud of smoke, and a large space hamster that was the size of him is now sitting there.
Oh my god, it's so cute. Fluffy.
Another rat.
Well, I think the best thing came out of this situation.
The ley lines are still pulsing through this giant hamster, though, so you still need to take care of it in order to begin to break this world apart.
I like feed at dinner.
Yeah, give it a scratch.
Date night. Gary, play some music.
That's
With drums.
Gary, Roger comes out with a little bass guitar. Ding, 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 ding. Starts playing.
No, Roger, this is your time to shine. Get in there.
Jumps down and gets in there.
Oh, Roger.
So, wow.
I
So
don't-
suddenly.
I self-speak with animals.
literally.
So I say to the giant space hamster, so sorry about this. You're being wined and dined by a rat, which none of us expected when we got up this morning, but please turn off the ley line so we can go home and we'll break this curse.
Part of me in my head is imagining them two actually being wine and dined, and Faerun going over like a what's the word for like a wine person? Sommelier.
Sommelier.
Sommelier. Like with like the wild brews being like,
This is year.
Oh, we have to do
I
that
don't know
now.
what the year is.
okay, we'll do that.
What class are you, giant hamster?
Demon class? But I'll roll.
Beer is a really nice drink. It will go nicely with your whatever the fuck you're eating.
When did
Like
this one
Storm
shot turn
Sorcerer.
into? When did this one shot turn into Lady and the Tramp?
I'm going to roll it on.
Cammy and the rat.
Mhm.
I'm going to roll it on one we haven't done. So I'm going to choose Barbarian because he was very barbaric. I rolled an 8.
I'm sorry, I almost drowned on my drink.
Somalia was drinking from their own supply in its back.
Very
It
unprofessional.
went up my nose.
Tisk.
Oh, no, see, that adds extra protein, remember?
Yeah,
Oh, she's gone.
she's gone.
She's gone.
Sorry, wiping my face.
I think you've also got to roll again because you've canonically just drunk from the brew while you've been serving it.
Fine,
no.
shits and giggles, I will then.
Yeah, one shot,
Little of a
baby.
man, little bit.
I'll
Whee.
take that challenge. Oh, my
Oh,
nose.
dear. So, it has no effect.
Oh.
Oh, well.
It doesn't seem to do anything. As if pieces of equipment that it may or may not have been carrying may have melded into it, so it can't affect the equipment. Actually, no. A piece of equipment that was melded into it appears above your heads and slams down into the ground, and electricity sparks out everywhere. It doesn't do any damage to anybody, but basically the largest weapon you carry teleports into a space 50 feet above you, or the closest empty lower space if it is occupied. This is its weapon, basically. And you can see as it's embedded in the ground, its form begins to shift and change. It embeds into the ground as a longsword, and then switches to a javelin, and then switches to a warhammer, and then switches to a whip that's just laying on the floor, then goes back to a longsword. But it's large. It's probably 20 feet long.
Oh.
Pip, I feel you should have that.
I mean, that's quite.
I bequeath it to you as your princess.
Thanks, princess. I'm going to attempt to lift the giant weapon.
Okay, make me a constitution saving throw, please.
Fair enough, as I'm going to be warped.
Guidance. Olive slapped him on the back as she says, go and take it. Well, it'll probably be the calf.
Thanks, princess. Con with that is with the dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, so you are going to take. Oh my god. How is that possible? It's 3d10 damage, yeah? Lightning damage that you take from this.
Yeah.
I rolled 3 8s. You take
I will
24
point
points of lightning damage halved, yes? Sorry.
I will point out we have lightning resistant armor.
Yeah. So
You do.
6.
So you would take 24 halved and then halved again. So you take 6 points of lightning damage. And the lightning basically, in order for you to, if you want to take this, you're going to have to hold it for another round. So you're going to have to make another constitution saving throw.
I mean, bring the thunder.
Okay, go make another save.
Thunderstruck.
Thunderstruck.
I've used the guidance, so that is a 16.
16. So that's still a pass. So you would take 12 halved and half. So you take 3 points of lightning damage, and then the weapon disappears
Oh no!
Oh.
as it sort of the electricity pulls up your hand and disappears. If you were to then draw the weapon that you carry, it is now infused into that weapon. So you can note down that that weapon now does an additional 3d8 of lightning damage whenever you attack with it.
Oh.
You now have a lightning lance, I think. you
Lightning
use.
lance.
Yeah.
3d8. My God.
Get those thunderbolts.
So what are you doing with this hamster? You need to either banish it or kill it in order to break this world apart. And at the minute, you are whining and dining it.
Well, I'm gonna say that it was canonical that I was supplying my own brew and choking on it. I rolled an 86.
Ooh,
If that
86
helps.
on Druid is...
My nose is still recovering. Oh.
Ooh, that's a strange one. Okay. For the next minute, you see your environment as if under a black light.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
this place is disgusting.
Don't go to that area over there. There's pictures in that corner. Not right.
I will point out Tony is completely neon. So it's like glowing like a laser tag venue.
I don't know if
in
I should
black
be
light.
impressed or disgusted. I'm both.
Both is good. Yeah.
You look at Fluffles, and out of everybody here, Fluffles is immaculate and clear. There's nothing there at all. Even the tar that was put on them to conduct electricity, can't see it.
Cats are supposed to be very clean creatures, I'd have you know.
She just kind of looks at herself.
Guess I'm an exception to the rule.
Right. Right,
Okay.
so are we dealing with the hamster or what?
Gross.
Does anyone have a portable hull?
You've got how big is the giant hamster?
The same size as what the demon was, so it's huge.
Oh,
I can take it to the astral plane if that helps and just leave it there.
I mean, can you access the astral plane from here?
Yeah.
And she just kind of swishes her robe of, well, her cardigan of stars that she's wearing, which is actually a robe of stars.
It's like, I can not only be shiny and shit, I can go take it there and just dump it. But would that be like space junk then, technically?
I mean, it would be left in the astral sea, but you know, the problem is, we'll point, just very casually point over her shoulder at the giant dreadnought, just kind of like behind. The problem is, it looks like things from the astral sea are just falling in here as well, so it might just come straight back. We should probably deal with that too, by the way. It's not great.
Yeah.
Anyone with an emotional attachment to the hamster, look away now. Claws come out.
Okay, yeah, let's take hold of the camera. Let's go this way. Let's go. let's have another look at Strangle Tits, shall we?
Can I get everybody except for Feronia to roll me an insight check, please?
Oh.
Dirty 20.
Dirty,
20.
dirty.
18.
10.
Okay. Anybody who rolled over a 15, Feronia, the way that you explained the use of your robes of stars, does that mean that you can use the spell plane shift?
So it allows me to cast magic missile at a 5th level. And I've got like 6 stars on me, but I can also use an action to enter the astral plane along with anything I'm wearing or carrying. Then come back, but not plane shift, I'm afraid.
No, that's fine. But you can still enter the astral plane, which means that Feronia has had an escape the entire time.
Yes.
Of course.
You could do that the entire time. Why
I'm
did you not
saving it.
mention it?
I'll be saving it for emergencies. It's how I've been able to kind of like hop a wee bit, you know?
Kellen grabs hold of you and goes full like, was it the mum in Home Alone? Like the whole time.
I just forgot.
No, I think it's very noble of you, no? Like you could have left out, you could have pieced out, but the rest of us would still have been stuck here, so, you know, cheers to you for staying here and helping out.
Thank you.
A noble princess.
Hmm. Are
Fluffles,
you a
can you?
noble? Yeah, princess too. Just checking.
Yeah. Fluffles, can you roll your attack rolls, please, against the hamster?
Yeah,
You can have
yeah.
advantage because an ally is within 5 feet of it, which is Roger.
Sweet. So, using my
Roger's being very
spell-
distracting.
Yeah.
18 plus 10 is 28.
Yep, that hits.
Yep.
I looked at its hit points and thought that was its AC.
Oh, okay. So it is. So I get an extra d6 because of the wild brew, right?
Yes.
Okay, then. That is, I'm looking at my cheat sheet, so that'd be 8, 9d6 plus 5. Give me a minute.
Okay.
Don't forget to dance.
Do we have a rogue
terrifying
Matthew mode?
counting? Evie does terrifying counting.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22,
22.
23,
Oh,
24,
finger
25, 26,
dancing.
27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40 points of psychic damage, please.
Awesome. 22,
Ah.
22 is exactly what you needed. 40 is overkill. It's that whole Final Fantasy thing where you get the overkill thing up here, and the hamster doesn't exactly turn into a bloody heap on the floor. It's still technically a devil. So when you kill it, it goes back to its plane of existence and then will be reborn probably as a giant demon hamster. So that's something that's going to hunt you now.
That's someone
Yeah.
I
else's
look
problem.
forward to it.
Yeah.
We'll
But
trap it in a giant hamster wheel.
that would be hilarious. But as that
If only,
happens,
if only someone drew the Revenant card now, then that would be the.
oh, that would be amazing. But as that happens, the ley lines go slack and begin to retract back upwards, and the citadel itself begins to shake and crumble, and it begins to fall apart. And as it begins to fall down, you can see a massive tear split out in the sky. Parts of the ground begin to fall away as well, and the doorway opens out, and you can see that where you'd come from, where Junktown is, that all begins to fall into an abyss. And as you're all stood within this citadel, bits falling down around you, a tear in the sky above, a tear in the sky below, what would be the sky below, you each recognize different areas. If you were to look up, you can see Redania is above you. And if you look down, you can see the Roll Together's version of Faerun is below you. As everything begins to crumble, this astral dreadnought is beginning to pour through and is starting to take chunks out of the building. I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative for me, please.
There we go.
As we set up.
Auntie, you on initiative, and I rolled 2 1s.
Oh no.
Good.
You're trying to get the gore off your claws. You're like,
I still have plus 10 to initiative, so it could be worse, but
We've got the astral dreadnought. There's no layer
23.
actions now, which is good. So 1 second.
Sorry.
No, you're right. You're all good.
I get very excited.
numbers.
I should have written this bit down beforehand. That's my fault. So, we'll go with Feronia first, being you said that first. What did Feronia get?
23.
23. Pip, what did you get?
19.
Tony, what did you get?
6.
6. And Patch, your character's name just completely left my brain. What did you get?
Karen, darling, I got a 14.
14.
Written right there.
I know, but yeah,
Josh doesn't know
Right.
how to read.
I don't know how to read. What did Fluffles get?
a sweet and sultry 11.
I'm not going to roll for Gary, but I do need to roll for the Astral Dreadnought, which did not get very high. What's its plus? Can't be that high, surely. That's not the Astral Dreadnought. That's a space hamster.
You can use that one. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, in Space Hunter, it's fine.
It's got a -2.
makes sense.
Makes sense. So yes, as you've all now rolled initiative, and this large creature, you can see these 2 large pincers have gripped onto either side of the portal and are beginning to tear it further open. This is effectively going to be a survival mission. The 2 cracks in the sky are opening up wider and wider, and they're beginning to sort of descend into each other. You need to survive until the two cracks connect, so both worlds sort of connect to each other. So in order for you to get home, and you can't just dive in because you end up in the abyss. That's not a good place to go. And I don't mean the abyss as in hell abyss. I mean the abyss as in the blackness void that's in between Astral Sea and the multiverse. So which is like complete black. Think of where the Reapers live in Mass Effect. You don't want to go there. You do not want to go there.
I have a question, Josh. You've mentioned Redania and you've mentioned Faerun. Is the Feywild there? Or is it just all connected to Faerun?
It's all connected to each other. Because I believe there's a Feywild in Redania, isn't there? Must be if that's where Faerun is from.
Yeah.
So that's sort of like an enigma onto itself. That's sort of like if you were to look at the sort of pie chart that they give out for the material plane, you'd have the material plane in the middle, and then the Feywild sort of is the layer around that sort of thing. So it's everywhere. So you can't see it at the moment.
Like earlier, we said, is it the same place? And it's always yes? Question mark.
Yes, maybe.
It's always so mercurial. You're like,
Yes, but I will say, for flavour text, being most of you are from the Feywild, that as these two begin to pull together, the imagery does change. So one minute you'll see Rodania, next minute you'll see parts of the Feywild. One minute you'll see Faerun, then you'll see parts of the Feywild. It's like they're flickering between the two, trying to sort of establish and reconnect what is supposed to be and what isn't, as everything is pulling together. And this Astral Dreadnought is coming for all of you. Baronia, it is your turn first.
I'm going to go with an old faithful moveset of mine. I'm going to bonus action into my starry form. And it's like a Sailor Moon transformation. That's the way of describing it. So, kills Jenny and shit. Actually, this is what it looks like.
yeah. Costume change.
Yeah.
There she is.
Yeah, there she is, shiny and shit. So I'm going to transform into my shiny form, and I am going to cast Guiding Bolt at... What level shall I do it at? Let's go big. Go big but go home. I'm going to cast it at 6th level because that's fun. So does a 25 hit?
25 will hit, yes.
Oh god, I need 9 of these now. Oh fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've never done this many before. 7, 8, and 9. And then this is when I do my maths. 6, 10, 16, 20, 25, 26, 27. 32 points of radiant damage.
Ooh, very nice. Let me just double check for resistances. No, you're fine. So it's
Cool.
32. Math in my head. I need to do math in my head. There we go. Yes. So as you cast your spell and it hits into this Astral Dreadnought, right into its nose, causing radiant scars to appear on its face. It does take the damage. It takes it like a champ. Takes it on the nose. Didn't like it. It begins to turn its head to look down towards you, but it's not its turn, so it's in the process of doing that. Is there anything else on your turn you'd like to do?
I've done everything. Done my bonus action, did my action. I'm going to stand my ground, though.
Fantastic. Pip, it's your turn.
How far away is this dreadnought?
It is currently, hang on, working out math in my head. It is 200 feet away from you.
Interesting. So even if I could fly that high, I couldn't hit it with my magical electric lance. So you're talking about like falling into the abyss. That's if we jump, right?
That's if you were to jump now before the convergence happens.
Okay. Even if we were to fly into it, it would still have that effect.
Interesting.
because I could get a couple of my buddies out.
You could get a couple of people out, yeah, and then you'd leave whoever you don't take with you to fight this thing on its own.
I drag our guests into our world, and then just be like, "No, you don't get to play in your own stream." You're like, "Come on." Just going back to
we kidnap you forever.
Let's not go to Redania. It is a silly place.
Come to our Waterdeep. There is tons of naked statues. It's
Not
great.
anymore. Apparently they've been
It's
walked
fine.
here.
Yeah.
Feronia is kind of like, it's ages until she goes back to Verdania anyway. She just kind of does plane hop a bit, so...
That's just canonically how you were just like,
Yeah.
I was on another stream for a bit. It was great.
Fab.
Yeah, I think why I don't do that. I think I definitely Nutmeg has disengaged herself from the top of the van, has come down. Pip jumps on and sort of like goes, right, okay, Your Majesty, do you need to get any closer? Are you okay down here? Because I'm talking to El Bandito.
Oh, no, I'm good. I can fly as well. I got my broom.
Oh, of course you do. Right.
Also, I need to get Nutmeg out of Spangle Tits. The other Nutmeg.
The what?
Oh, you'll see.
Horrid. Okay, so basically my turn is that my Nutmeg comes, I mount her, have that conversation, we take off, dashing 120 feet, well, actually it'll be less, depend how we're basically as high as we can get. We're going to fly Lance out ready, and Big Damn Heroes.
Okay, so you fly up. Where are you flying to exactly? Towards the Astral Dreadnought?
Yeah.
Cool.
At least I'm going to stab it a few times with my magic lance.
As you begin flying towards it, you get within its eyesight, and you then begin to fall.
Oh. Here we go. Well, we always knew it was going to end like this.
As you begin to fall, you fall out of a radius, and then Nutmeg's wings sprout, come back, and you are able to stop yourself from hitting the floor. It seems that if you're within a certain range of its eyesight, magic doesn't work.
Okay, it's got one of those anti-magic things, so blind it. Drive your lances into its eyes. You know, like that ancient myth of that one-eyed guy. Yeah, if we blind it, then we can get away.
All right.
Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Pip?
Let me quickly have a... Actually, how far? 60 feet. No, again, any spells I have aren't that far casting. No, I think just my turn is mostly going, oh, wow, that was unfortunate. So, death. Yeah, no, haven't got anything that's going to let me hit it at the moment, and also acknowledging I need to get behind this thing. Yeah.
There is an actual stat block for that weapon that you've attuned to, or that you've absorbed, but you haven't attuned to it yet, so I can't get that to you, unfortunately.
Well,
Otherwise, I would, because if I did, you would get access to Lightning Bolt, so which would be helpful in this situation.
Pip on Nutmeg back just quietly goes, pew pew. He's like, if you had had to lie down, that might have done something, but.
Awesome. Okay, so at the end of Pip's turn, we go to Kaylin's turn.
All right. So she sees Feronia activate that starry form and feels somewhat inspired, looks up at this astral dreadnought. And I always wondered what fighting one of these would be like. And she spins her staff around. You see like these semi-translucent archaic runes appear beneath her skin, on her neck, up the side of her face. I'm going to upcast Starfall at 7th level.
Very nice.
I need a dexterity saving throw, a DC of 19.
Dexterity saving throw, that's hilarious. Could you also make me an Arcana check as well, please?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
32.
32. So I rolled a 3 for an 8. With your Arcana of extortionately high, when Nutmeg and Pip flew up and then began to descend down, nobody else would have really noticed this, but your keen senses with the arcane, you can see that there is a cone of anti-magic that this thing, wherever this thing looks, it can stop magic from happening. That includes if you were to fire a spell directly at its face, it would cancel the spell out. You would know. I will tell you this because of how high you rolled. It's an anti-magic field that acts exactly as the spell does. That's a 150-foot cone. So it doesn't function while its eyes are closed or while it is blinded. So you would know that any spells that you need to cast need to be manipulated in a way so they go around it and hit it back of the head and all of that sort
Aim at its butt.
or aim at its butt.
Which I think works perfectly. Correct me if I'm misreading, but this is a cone effect, 40-foot cone, and I have a range of 150 feet on it, so I can angle it above it to strike directly on like the top of its head, the back of its head, if you will.
Yes. Yeah, that's fine.
Amazing.
Definitely do that.
So what was the roll again?
I rolled an 8 on dexterity, so I definitely fail.
Okay, I'm going to roll this digitally because it's dice. A lot of dice.
It's a lot of dice.
It is. Because it's one target. It's 12d8.
Wow.
12d8 radiant. Please be kind. D&D Beyond. Okay, 53 points radiant.
53?
5-3.
Jeez. That leaves me with... How many left? As these starry forms begin to pummel down on it, you watch as its head begins to cave in, blood begins to pour out of it. This blood isn't red like you would expect it to be. It's almost purplish black as it begins dripping onto the floor. As it drips onto the floor, the parts of the brickwork and concrete that it drips onto begin to sort of fizzle out like dust and leaves a hole in the ground towards the void below, or Redania, depending. No, Redania's above. Faerun.
That could be problematic. I'm going to move. I'm going to back away a little bit from that. Do I have a bonus action? I don't think so because I'm a wizard. Just double checking. I don't think any kind of action is required for this. I'm going to summon the spirit of my awakened spellbook, Inquisit Scribes with Quillington IV, better known as Inky. This spectral little quill reappears and immediately just looks around and goes like, Why?
Amazing.
And that's my turn.
Okay, so at the end of your turn, that makes it Fluffle's turn.
Oh, it me.
Oh,
Cool.
you.
How far away is it and or its head?
Its head, its entire body is 200 feet away from you. I'd say its head is about 150 feet away.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything that can really reach it. I guess I will.
Draw a card.
If in doubt.
Now that I think I'm gonna do my fastest fast turn I can do, which is that first I'm gonna use my sorry, it was its head is 150 feet away.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my feline agility to start running up to it,
Yep.
and that will get me 80 foot. And then I take one of my claws and I throw it in front of me and up, which makes it. I go an extra 60 foot actually.
Nice.
Which maths I think brings me within range distance.
Definitely within range distance, yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna throw a psionic blade into its eyes.
Go
Not
for
magic.
Do I get sneak? I don't think I get sneak attack, do I?
it. No,
Unless
because
you're hiding,
Yeah.
then you have to be
Yeah. but you-
either out of sight or at least hiding before you can use.
You're definitely out of sight because
that.
this is quite a large creature. So yes, I'll allow you to have sneak attack. Yeah.
Sweet.
Because you're
Okay.
coming at it from below.
I am. No one suspects the pretty kitty.
We have to dance again, right?
Yeah.
That's the rule.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I do
Yeah.
the whole.
Do the dance.
That is a maths 21 to hit.
Just hits.
Ooh, okay, cool. So that is again the 7 d6s. No, 7, 8, 9 d6s. That was it.
Ooh.
Plus
Ooh.
5. Okay, so that is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44 points of psychic damage, please. Into the eyes.
Aye, Captain.
Aye, aye. Right, so
I spy.
with my little eye, math in
Someone
my
again,
head.
wait.
There we go. Okay, so you pierce one of its eyes. That I would say that was a very heavy amount of damage. So you do damage, damage to one of the eyes, and it is now effectively blinded in one eye. So its cone is now is now reduced by half to 75 feet.
Ooh.
I meant to say, I think I got so caught up in the technicalities that a claw comes out and I throw it in front of me and upwards. And as the camera follows it, Fluffles just kind of appears exactly where it would begin to decline. Yep.
Nice. So as you do
Very
that,
Final Fantasy, actually.
very Final Fantasy, very critical role Vax'll done style.
Are you
It's at the end of your turn.
falling? Because if you're up there, you're not going
Oh, yeah, I'm falling now.
Great. Love that.
Oh god, last time with Fluffles, people just kept falling. So it's just like,
Oh dear.
Last time, I didn't survive an entire combat without going down.
yeah.
So
This is very true. Is that the end of your turn?
that's the end of my turn.
Okay, so at the end of your turn, that makes it Garnot's turn. Right, okay, so I need to get up. Watches you go up. That's really cool. Right, let me help. And he gets into a stance, and you watch as this white aura encompasses his entire body. And Roger pops out with a little flight hat on and some goggles and sort of holds onto the armor. And Garnot jumps and anime style goes in between the different fallen rocks that are coming down. And he does a flip over the top of this creature's head. And his action is he extends his hand out, and this white aura appears around Fluffles, and he's going to pull you, Fluffles, onto the head of the Astral Dreadnought as he lands down. He's a psionic knight.
I will turn to Garnot as I land and say, I could have done that myself.
Or I thought I'd help out. All right, sorry.
You're forgiven. This time.
Roger gives you 2 thumbs up as he's very sort of G-forced from it all.
And now draw from the deck.
Oh my god, Roger drawing from the deck would be hilarious. Right,
I think Gary's still on the ground, being like, "No, mistress."
no, put it wrong from the deck. That's Garnot done, so we now move to Tony.
Great. So have I still got Feronia and Kaelin near me? Or have you flown off as well, Feronia?
I'm not flying anywhere just yet.
No. Can you? Okay, so Tony will turn to the two of you. Can you two fly? Do you wanna?
I've always wanted to fly.
I didn't
I
prepare that
can,
spell
but-
today.
Yeah, that's okay. I did. You both get slapped on the. Well, Feronia, it's the back of your shoulder, and Kaelin, it's the back of your calf, and it's like a push, and you it would have been a trip fall, but you're flying now.
Oh,
Suddenly.
this saves my action. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm gonna hop on my broom, fly over to Spangletits, and then she's gonna bang on this side, be like, "All right, Nutmeg, it's your time now," and a panel is gonna flap down, and my Eldritch Cannon is kind of just gonna roll out of it. For those who have not met Nutmeg the Eldritch Cannon before, it looks like a toy cannon. Like a regular sort of pirate cannon, but a toy version, with terrifying baby doll legs.
Oh God.
And it's a sight to behold. Oh, it's also got little antlers on it as well. Hang on. There we
So
go.
cute.
Yeah. and she's going to strap that to the front of the broom. So, as my bonus action, so action was to cast fly on the other two. Bonus action, this is the protector cannon within 10 feet of the turret. So I'm going to have to. I'm assuming that Spangled Tits was not like super far away from us. The car was not super far away from where we ended up now.
No.
So I'm going to fly, like grab Nutmeg, fly back to be within 10 feet of Feronia and Kellen, and you both get.
I need to make a note that I can fly. Where I go.
Yeah, you both get 12 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
Oh, thank you.
Go get him!
Just a quick question with fly. Like, what's the speed on that?
It's not very fast. I think it matches your. Let me just double check.
I think the fly, if it's the
60
fly
feet.
spell, 60 feet, yeah.
Okay.
60 feet, and you can hover. But I do have to stay concentrating.
Okay.
I'm going to fly behind cover with whatever speed I have left out of my 50 feet.
Okie dokie. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, it's all right. I'm good at con saving throws. It's fine.
Before it takes its turn, it's going to use 2 of its legendary actions. It is going to target Pip. Pip, can you make me a DC? Nothing. I'm not going to tell you. Can you make me a charisma saving throw? That's what I was meant to say.
16.
16. As you've begun falling with Nutmeg, and Nutmeg then extends her wings out and begins flying again, you just disappear off of Nutmeg's back, and you reappear right above the citadel, falling down into the void, as it uses an ability that allows it to teleport people.
Reaction. Wait, where's my reactions? I'm gonna feather fall. I can't do anything like to stop you falling.
He's out of your range. However, what does happen is because you're now not sat on Nutmeg, her wings disappear. They form back on you, and she teleports into your necklace.
Oh, okay. I was going to say no, they don't, because I'm not letting you drop her. But I'm like, she just bumps in, and I'm like,
she falls, and she's like, oh shit, and then she rolls her eyes, and then teleports into your necklace because she don't like doing it.
I just sort of hear her. You know, I could fly. Oh no, I don't want to. Yeah, I know. As I'm just again like free falling. I know the wings are kicking in, but I'm just like, yeah, down I go.
The Astral Dreadnought didn't know you could do that, so
Surprise.
it's now its turn. It begins pulling through this portal further. One thing that I didn't read on the Astral Dreadnought before is that it cannot leave the astral plane. It cannot be banished anywhere else. It has to stay on the astral plane. So as it is pulling through this portal, it is pulling the astral plane in with it, and it begins flooding in like a wave. And all of that purpleness you could see off in the distance before is almost like a tidal wave that is pulling in, and it's beginning to form this river that is forming between your two worlds that are beginning to sort of come together.
This is fine.
Yeah, nothing going to go wrong here at all. It is going to move down. Now, it's only got a 75-foot cone now, so the only people that are going to be affected by this are going to be Garnot and Fluffles, who are on its head, near its eyes. All you got to do is move and you'll be out of it, so nobody's being affected by it, but it is going to move down and make a claw attack at the closest figure to it, which is going to be El Bandito, because you are flying.
No, I flew behind cover. I'm still on the ground.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough. So it is, hang on 1 second, reading what it can do. I know what it's going to do. It is going to make a claw attack at the building.
Bad building.
This
Bad
is fine.
building.
Bad building.
Get out of my way.
Abomination.
So that is a 30,
What is this? A
36
city for
to hit.
ants. School for ants, that's it.
So it rolled a 36 and a 30 to hit the building.
Hey, I'm hiding in here.
Very rude.
Doesn't hit. It doesn't hit, you know.
It doesn't
it's
hit
just,
the building.
no.
This is but a flesh wound.
Concrete is natural armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is a grand total of 66 points of damage that it does between the two attacks as it just tears this building apart as it is clawing its way through. The building, as it's clawing, destroying this building, the bricks and everything turn to dust and float upwards into towards where Redania is and begin to float downwards towards where Faerun is. And it destabilizes the building and the framework. So now those of you who are on the ground have got less sort of ground to stand on, as there are now holes everywhere. One wrong footing could send you plummeting down into the abyss, the void.
Good job, we can fly.
Good job, you can fly. We move to the top of the round.
Wait for
and
Fluffles.
who's currently on the dreadnought, which is probably a good thing.
But Gary isn't.
Oh, where is Gary?
Is Gary okay?
Help me!
Gary's in the corner as bits are falling around him, going,
Put the cards away, Gary! Put the cards away!
Alternatively, draw yourself, Gary. Maybe it will save you. Or send you to the void.
It looks to you for permission, Fluffles.
Just this once.
Gary draws a card from the deck.
Hi.
I will let
know
you roll
that
the D100.
Sweet.
This goes bad. I'm so sorry. But Gary's
I
being
will
worse.
blame you, Tom.
I think that's fair. I think, that thing about like getting a rival in the world. It's Evie.
I rolled a 1,
Oh, no.
which is the aberration.
That sounds fine.
Oh,
That sounds vanilla.
it's fine. You gain telepathy with a range of 90 feet.
So all of you hear Gary go, "Help me!" in your heads.
Gary, get in my spangly sack.
Hold your breath.
Do it, Gary! Go!
You could probably survive here for 8 minutes, which is definitely longer than this combat is going to take.
If you've got a bag of holding, throw it out your pockets first.
Well, he
Oh,
is
'cause
a
he
man
is-
of holding.
He's a man of holding.
Warmth.
Oh no.
He goes to dive into
Wait, maybe
it
not.
as you close it,
Yeah,
and he
because
just
we had this situation before.
he falls flat on the floor.
All it would do is send us to the astral sea, which is slowly but
Which
surely
is
right
come
there.
towards us.
It's
Yeah.
flooding in. It would destroy Gary, though.
Nothing could destroy
I
Gary.
can get another one.
Oh, wow.
Don't tell him I said that.
Oh, you think that's the first
Oh,
Gary? do you?
wow.
This is like at least the 9th Gary. They're all called Gary.
Oh, my god,
no.
it's like in Fallout with all the Gary.
That's where
Gary's
it
clones.
comes from. Just
Oh,
the
no.
clones.
Oh, dear.
That brings me
Okay.
so much joy.
Yeah, and the two planes begin merging, coming closer together. You reckon probably in about 6 seconds they're going to connect and you'll be able to get out of here. Something needs to be done about this dreadnought, though, because if that's still there, that's going into one of those worlds. Or maybe both. You don't know. Or we
Just
could
the
just
ass
leave
in
it.
one, the head in the other.
Yeah. Sorry, Patch, I might just be giving you an astral dreadnought to deal with.
As a gift,
Astral.
Just
I
the
knew
butt.
what I signed up for.
does it have a butthole? Can we put
Does
that on
it
the
have a
wiki?
butthole?
And
my
would that be
God.
considered difficult terrain?
I was
That is a
gonna
question
say
that's come up
that. Get out.
in our channel before.
Is a cat's ass considered difficult terrain? That was the question.
I'd say it was.
I've seen that dead dog. Right. So we move to the top of the round, and Feronia, it is your turn.
Seeing my friends, well, new people, kind of acquaintances, just kind of be like, oh, well, we need to get home. They need to get home. This thing's in the fucking way. You need to be something else. I'm going to cast polymorph on it. I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
I'm just checking to make sure that to see if it can be transformed. Okay, it can. Okay, let me. What is it?
So wisdom save.
Wisdom. Oh, it's got quite a good
17.
wisdom. I rolled a 7 for a math in my head, 16. However, it does have legendary resistance, so it will use one of them.
Rude.
Used up
In
a
that-
resistance, though.
Yep.
Oh, In that case, as my bonus action, then it's like, fuck. My bonus action, I am going to use my archer attack. Does a 23 hit?
It does.
Okay, and I was originally going to use this for my magic missiles, but I'm going to say that some of these little like stars come flying out as well. So,
Nice.
what do I need? I need a D8, 2d8, 1, 2, plus 4, 6, 10 points of radiant damage.
Very nice, very nice. It takes the damage. Where are you currently positioned after this?
I haven't moved. I'm still kind of like hovering around, but I think what I will do though is seeing my fellow feline friend falling. I'm gonna try and move as close as I can to Fluffles in anticipation that even just to try and like help their fall.
Oh,
I know it'll get me closer to the head, but have you been moved? Did I miss that?
I was taken out of the air to put on its head.
Oh, yes, yes, yeah, you're
okay.
sitting on its head, yeah. But you can position yourself for if Fluffles falls, if you'd like.
Okay. Yes, I will do that.
If you
I will just
polymorph
go.
again, and then just bubbles.
That's very true, yes, because if you polymorph it, everyone who has stood on it will fall.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we move to Karen. Kaelin's turn.
Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna use my newfound flying speed. Thank you very much. 60 feet to get into a good position, like higher up, like certainly out of range of the anti-magic bollocks. Are there any? This might sound like an initially weird question, but just go with me. Are there any like open wounds that I can see into on this creature at this point?
It took quite a heavy knock to the nose to start off with, and where just in front of where Garnot and Fluffles are standing on its head from where the star fall hit on the top of its head, and that's where all the blood is gushing from at the minute. So there's 2 open wounds at the moment.
Okay. I'm going to expend 4 charges of my staff. I'm going to attempt, feel free to rule this however you wish, I'm going to attempt to put a gravity sinkhole in one of the wounds.
Ow.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
We have to deal with this thing immediately.
What does gravity sinkhole do?
A 20-foot radius sphere of crushing force forms at a point that you can see within range and tugs at the creatures there. Each creature in the sphere must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 5d10 force damage and is pulled into a straight line towards the center of the sphere, ending in an unoccupied space as close to the center as possible, even if that space is in the air. Half damage on a success. It's basically a black hole for a few seconds.
And you're looking to put it inside its wound.
Yes.
I just keep thinking of Ren and Stimpy when he's going into his own belly button.
Oh, no.
That's what I'm imagining.
I was thinking Uzumaki was the girl that's being devoured by herself.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. It could be that.
Okay. What was the saving throw that I need to make, sorry?
Constitution 19.
Okay. Oh, he has a +7. That's a 10.
All right. So that is on the dice 30 points of force damage. And however you interpret a black hole being created inside your skull, I'm DM's choice.
Okay, so
Its head, am I caught in it?
we've got both Garnot and Fluffles are on it, so I would ask for dexterity saving throws from both of those, just to see if we're pulled towards it. We won't take any damage from it.
Like that scene in Goldfinger where just being sucked out the window, which is just been dragging the head.
Dirty 20.
30-20, so you're fine. You're able to dig your claws in and hold position. Garnot gets dragged slightly towards it, not within its radius or anything. The dome part, the very top of this sphere, is just poking out of the wound. And you watch as the one good eye begins rolling in the back of its head, and its jaws begin to. You can hear these large sounds like large rocks are smashing against each other, but it's actually its bones cracking and beginning to pull into itself. You watch as its jaws begin to suck upwards and its bottom teeth pierce into its top jaw, and its skull begins to crush inwards as it is dying. So I tripled that damage that you dealt to it because of where you placed it. Yeah. So, is that the end of your turn?
I think I'll use the rest of my turn as I look at the horror of what I have just inflicted, and will just dry heave a little bit in disgust, and then try to regain my composure.
Fair enough. Now, I do have to apologise to Pip. I missed you on the initiative, so you can go now.
Still falling.
I've been falling for 30 minutes.
So like Pip, like we started going. Pip mentally is like, it's just nice to have a bit of a break, really. How far away am I from the dreadnought?
About 60 feet. You could resummon Nutmeg, and Nutmeg would get the wings back from you, mounting her.
Yeah. And let's do this as
Is that your class? You kind of need a mount.
as just the glow of basically a Pegasus Knight, as I said, comes down, and
as Surska comes out of your necklace, because there is no longer a demon or a devil or a fiend or whatever you want to call it controlling this place. The divine energies of both Faerun and Rodania are able to pull into this world, and as she comes out, it's in a brilliant light. Those tar-like black wings are now radiant angel feathers as she pops out, and you sit on her and fly towards this creature.
That also works with what I'm using for my bonus action, which is divine favor, as I am also now a paladin of this lovely deer. So that means I do get to do radiant damage. Let's lance this thing.
Go for it.
We start. I'm going to just tell you. 13 doesn't hit.
13 does not hit, unfortunately.
I guess. Next one. 31.
31 does hit.
And I'll roll my another 31.
2 hits. Was either of those two 31s a crit by chance?
2 19s.
Oh, nearly. Okay.
I know. But here we go. Okay, so. Okay, so 14 points of piercing, and then we do D4, 1d4 of, so that's 2 points of radiant, and because now electricity is pouring out of me, that is, was it 3d8?
3d8 lightning damage.
Oh god, I forgot about that. Wow.
Okay.
OP.
18 points of electric on the first attack.
Explain to me how you kill this.
Yes!
It is that sort of beautiful, like, the bards will sing of this as we watch as radiant, like, this beautiful Pegasus deer and her champion just come and we go straight through and out the other side, and again glistening with gore, which disappears from Nutmeg, but Pip is utterly coated in this black stuff, and then just was like, I dedicate that death to the autumn forest, and there's just a crack, and somewhere in an alternate version, Tony's version of Nutmeg's just like, oh, thank you. As everyone kind of gathers in it at their coffee evening, it's like, oh, good. Main timeline version of us did a good job. As
you burst through, basically go into one side of this thing's jaw where the weakness is. You just avoid where the large sphere black hole is, and you penetrate out the other side, causing this large black ichor of gore to come through. Oddly enough, you don't seem to be affected by the blood. It doesn't seem to be vaporizing you at all. But as you come out of it and the creature begins to lull, you watch as now that it can no longer, because it's dead, can no longer resist the black hole. Its entire body just goes and gets sucked up into the black hole. You watch as the astral sea gate just tears fully open, and all of the astral sea just floods in and basically washes over all of you. And everything kind of goes dark for a moment for everybody before lights come back on and in your heads and stuff, and you can see the conversion or the reknitting of the two universes is almost complete. There's this astral layer of astral seas will permanently sit in between the two worlds, and you are all left on one large piece of debris. This is the moment where you can all say your final goodbyes to each other and decide where you're going.
Mother, you were beautiful.
Thank you, my dear. I knew it, but this is truly powerful.
I'd
If it
also
had been
say,
you-
sorry, Tom. I'd also say it's your last chance to drink any wild brew or draw any more cards.
Oh, Tony is like A, collecting samples of the Ica off Pip, and B, just having a little lick as well.
That's right. I think as you're having this conversation and some nutmegs looking up at you and go, I mean, if it had been you, I'm sure you would have done it a lot quicker than him, but we got to let him have his moments, don't we?
Oh no, I used my 4th level spell slot, so actually I could only do a 3rd level acid ball, so I don't think actually I would have done anywhere near as much. He did great.
I can still speak Great Elk, and I take the compliment from my two bosses. Yeah, speaking of boss, where do you want to go? Do you want to come back with us, or we could drop
And
you
I'd
off
like
in-
to go to my home, really.
I think we can we'll have a version with your version of nutmeg. We could probably drop you off there.
Sure. Have you been to Alton Towers, though?
I have not. I think I might be too tall, though.
That's all right. I jimmied some of the seats because we had to fit quite a few people in there as well. If you've not met Karen, Karen's also quite tall.
Oh, okay.
Not to be confused with Carolyn. Very different. Very different.
I guess we're going as that secret ending is unlocked. I guess we're going to Alton Towers.
There's a version of Alton Towers in the Roll Together universe. Yep, that's just north of, just shy of
Silver. Yeah.
the far north. I think it is.
Yeah.
It's in the mountains. So yeah, you can both choose to go that way. I mean, do you have anything else to say to anybody else before you just hop in? You just go no bye. Yeah.
Oh, you're all great. Nice hanging with you.
Good job saving the multiverse again, I guess.
I will
Actually,
have flown Gary over to Fluffles.
hey, Gary.
Oh, Yowie, you survived. Well done.
Yeah.
Passed your progress review.
Thank you. Gary's saying all of this in your mind.
Well, this is pretty normal. I have a group chat normally
Yeah.
anyway, so
Before we all part ways, take these as parting gifts.
And Feronia hands over a bottle each of wild brew to them.
This is some of the last of my supplies, but I can, well, I suppose as soon as I get back home, I might be able to make some more. But take these for now.
Oh, let's do it now. Any time is as good a time as any.
Shots.
Okay.
All right. So can everybody roll a D100, please, and I will tell you the results. Anybody who is multi-classed, for the shits and gigs, should we do the alternative class that you have?
Why not?
11 on the paladins.
11 on paladin.
Eh.
Let's do that
I
one
don't-
first.
Oh, I thought that was a 9. That's a 6. I got a 66.
Oh, lovely.
I was like, so close.
Oh, that would have been really helpful. So 11 to 12. I'm going to ignore the next minute part, so you need to keep a note of this, Tom.
Okay.
You must use Divine Smite whenever given the option.
I mean,
It does say for the next minute, but as this is the end of the game, you have to use it as soon as, whenever you play Pip again, the first attack you make, you have to use Divine Smite.
I just killed a creature in the name of my goddess. Yeah, of course.
Yep, you feel emboldened by it. Feronia, what did you roll?
66.
And you're full druid now, aren't you?
Yeah.
So 66. Da, 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 da. Oh. I'm going to leave this one in Patch's hands. So take a note of this, Patch, for when Faerunia does come back, because I think it might work with the story. You begin to weep and cast Blight at the start of your next turn.
You know, can I tell you something? I was, if we had another round, I was actually going to cast Blight. Because I have that ready.
Welcome back.
Also, that's the spell that the dragon cast when it nearly killed me during that Wheel of Chaos. So that's funny.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll give that to Patch to put in your back pocket for when Faerunia. For when needed. What
Duly
did
noted.
What did Tony roll?
I rolled a 13, and I have 1 level of rogue.
Oh. Okay, let's go rogue. 13 with rogue. Scrolling down. 13. Again, keep a note of this. This will be something you can do in the next game you play as Tony as. You can move your shadow up to 60 feet along any solid surface. You teleport to its location, and you can do that once.
Ooh.
Nice.
Shadow warp. Yeah.
Basically.
Nice.
And then we have Fluffles, being as I'm on rogue.
69.
Yes.
Part of me wants to make this permanent because of the number you rolled, but I won't do that. Again, this will be something you'll need to keep track of. So it says on here, for the next minute, you are qualified for sneak attack in all situations.
Ooh. Nice.
So no matter
You still
what.
get to dance.
Yeah,
Yes, that hasn't gone away.
Still get that. And then finally, Kaelin, what did you roll on the wizard? You're not multi-classed, are you?
I'm not multi-class, but I am terrified because I rolled a natural 1.
Okay.
I don't know.
Roll me another D20. Please roll a natural 20.
I will try.
Guys?
Do it. Yes.
Listen, you little shit. You better.
What you got it, didn't you?
Tell me what happens, Josh. That was a natural 20.
Now, Kaelin, please, can you describe to me what you really, really, really wish for? You can, if you roll a natural 20, you cast Wish.
Oh shit. Okay. With
I will let you think on that, because obviously that's quite a big decision. Does anybody want to draw anything from the deck of many things before we end?
Just
The
throw him in
shits
the
and
air.
gigs.
If obviously if
You
Fluffles
can't
will,
pick up.
if Fluffles will allow it, obviously.
Sure, yeah, why not?
I mean, it does seem a shame not to.
Let's take one for the road.
Okay, so anybody who wants to draw, how many cards will you allow, Fluffles?
Max of 3 each. You
Oh,
know, we
wow.
haven't got all day here.
Yeah. If anybody wants to roll, you can
What
roll
was the
up to
highest
3
number
times.
again?
3.
No, the highest number.
Oh,
66 is the highest before you have to start re-rolling.
66.
So keep your numbers noted for the moment. We'll go through each one at a time in a moment. I'll do the same thing again and go through each person individually. We'll do Fluffles last because it is Fluffles' deck. Oh, is Gar not allowed to draw?
Go on.
fine. But no, Roger's allowed to draw.
Yeah.
Roger will draw. Okay, so I'll do the rolls as well. Hey. Right, I just need to keep a note of them down somewhere.
Sorry, I've just read the effect of mine.
Okay. One of those rolls will be Rogers, and then the other two will be Garnot. Okay, so We will go through. We'll start with Tom. Tom, what was your? How many cards did Pip draw?
Pip drew 1, and it was a 29.
So 29. You got yours have been oddly sort of thematic for you. You got Knight, which I believe
Original deck.
which is in the original deck, yeah, because I believe we had this in a previous game. So Knight, you gain the service of a 4th level fighter who appears in a space you choose within 30 feet of you. The fighter is of the same race as you and serves you loyally until death. Believing the fates have drawn him or her to you, you control this character. Would you allow for flavour that it's Grimo? I know it's not the same race as you, but it's Grimo that joins you.
I don't want Grimo to follow me.
We're at war.
Yeah.
He's an asshole.
I know who I want, if that's okay. If
Yeah, that's fine.
As a sort of like flowery portal opens and someone that Tony has met steps through. It's a young rabbit-looking man, also with antlers. This is his name's Twist, and is
it the real one?
Oh God!
I think as you get up there, and he's like, "No, I've come back from the gate crashers. I'm the real one."
Strange that you had to clarify that. We didn't ask. It was the strange lady.
Just
in
the
the
look
sky
on your
that
face.
asked.
Yeah, I've had to be dealing with that a lot, actually. So I worked with alternate version of you. Oh, hello, El Bandito. So I'm salutes you back, as you are currently also part of like the Autumn Guard. So if it's all right with you, I'll come work with you and help. And he's like, well, I didn't know if I wanted a kid, but at which point Nutmeg leans down, grabs him by the antlers, flips him up, and then the Twist just lands on the back. He's like, right, okay. Apologize. Looks at Tony. Can you apologise to Sturshka? At which point both Pip and Nutmeg are like, oh, don't say the name. They don't need to know the real name.
Why would you do that? Just smacks him on the nose.
Fantastic. Okay, so we'll move. So you only drew 1 card, so we'll move to Tony next.
Tony drew 1 and I rolled a 2.
Okay, so that is in the original deck, and it is balance.
No.
Your mind suffers a wrenching alteration, causing your alignment to change. Lawful becomes chaotic good. Lawful becomes chaotic, good becomes evil, and vice versa. If you are true neutral or unaligned, this card has no effect on you.
Chaotic.
Tony has just become lawful evil.
Makes sense.
It makes sense with the face.
What, Scott? No, that's chaotic evil.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Come back to me. I need to have a think about this.
Baronia, what did you roll your card?
So I drew 3, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a d6 and decide out of those 3 which I'm going to take. So the first one, so 19.
19. We got...
Ooh.
Do you want to read this one out, Evie?
It's in the original. I don't have it open, but it's
that's
the
fine.
Fates.
Okay, so it's called The Fates.
That is so... Okay, yeah.
Reality's fabric unravels and spins anew, allowing you to avoid or erase one event as if it never happened. You can use the card's magic as soon as you draw the card or at any time before you die. I'm sorry, Pat.
No, that's genuinely that's perfect.
I will take a screenshot of it after this game, so
Yes.
you've got that, so you can take that with you.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking how, because I'm not going straight back to Redania when I go back. So I'm just like, what, how do I, yeah, no, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah. Then we've got...
At least that's what in my head is anyway.
Yeah. Kaylin, what did you roll?
I didn't roll because I was trying to figure out what to use a wish for.
That's fair. That's fair. You don't have to roll then. That's fair. And then Fluffles, brain. Yeah.
So I rolled the ooze. So I suddenly become engulfed in a gelatinous cube.
Oh no.
Maybe that's what with the fate happens. Fate card. There you go. Doesn't happen.
I don't mind it. It's quite comforting, really.
I mean, we could just take the ooze back with us. Just have to play as an ooze for the rest of the game.
You're in an oozy form, so you can choose to reverse that if you want to. And then finally, Garnot rolled a 4, which was sorry. This is I'll do this as Roger. Roger rolled a 4. He got the book. He gains the ability to speak, read, and write 1d6 plus 2 languages of his choice. So I'm just going to say he can now speak.
Yeah. Wait, Roger couldn't speak. I've been talking to him this entire time.
Yeah, well, I can talk to everybody now.
Oh, that's cool.
I was expecting you to have a different, kind of voice, really, but interesting.
Yeah, it's very close to Garnot's. Anyway, we are very close to the end now. I would like to quickly ask Patch if you had decided on a wish before we end.
Yes, I believe so, because I'm a cheesy bastard. Kaelin begins to weave the magic around her and around this space that we're all in, and bits of the astral space get formed into a single point, which then splits into several points, which become golden coins. There is an inscription on each that says, "Curiosity brings consequence," and she hands one to each of you. I wouldn't recommend our world at the moment. It's a bit of a shit tip, but we're working on that. But if you ever fancy an adventure somewhere new, just give this coin a flick. And we'll see what chaos we can give you in return. And that's me saying that out of character as well.
Okay.
Nice.
So, my final question for everybody before we end is, where are you going? Are you choosing to go to Redania or are you choosing to go to Faerun?
I'd like to go somewhere random.
As you just cartwheel off, hopefully.
In the middle of a gelatinous cube, wherever the cube wants to go.
Okay. Would you like to roll me a d20, please? We'll go, being as Redania is above, we'll go high Rodania and low Faerun.
I got 10.
Well, that's bloody in the middle, isn't it?
Yeah,
What
that's
a
no fun.
fluffy
Yeah, roll it again.
Yeah. 11.
11. So you watch as Fluffles and then begins to float upwards and disappears into Redania.
He didn't listen. It's a bad play. Oh, well.
I reach out to Gary. Our hands miss each other.
Gary, no.
Oh no!
I will find you,
Father,
Gary. You're
help.
someone like you.
Where are Pip and Tony going?
Now looking at the... How different is Tony now in attitude?
So, Tony, since drawing the card, has been just sort of holding it and kind of turning it, mulling it over in her hands. The building with Spangle Tits is gone, right? That's all.
It's all disintegrated and flown upwards.
That's
Downwards.
inconvenient. All right, catch you in the next multiverse. And is just going to hop on the broom, not really look back at Pip, or Nutmeg, or Twist at all, and just fly upwards towards Redania.
Disappears.
Looking at Twist. Was she usually like... no, not... Well, odd. Very, very odd. I'm going to miss her. We never had lunch. Oh, we could have had dinner. Oh well. Everybody leaves.
And you go to Faerun then?
I mean, I think the other two, you're more than welcome to come with. I don't know what your world's like. Ours hasn't exploded yet.
I have no idea what's happened. The last time I was there, I randomly wild shaped into a nuggle and then disappeared when we were fighting against the god of death. But yeah, I imagine shit's gone down. I also don't know when in Redania would be going back, but
I'd like to say that while she's saying this, if there's a mini flashback, because of the monster truck after like barrel rolling and stuff. So one of the ingredients in wild brew is a liquid called Malexor. And it has a tendency to, if it's formed improperly, it can create a mini convergence. So I like to think that in one of the vials that she has in her pockets, it's slightly cracked, so it's been dripping down her robe. And just as she's halfway through saying, like,
I turned into a nuggle when we were fighting.
She just suddenly just disappears.
Oh, shit. Okay. That did you normally do that?
I wondered if this might happen. She mentioned something about that. She's capable. She'll be fine. I've been to Faerun. I'm actually from Faerun originally.
Oh, wow.
But I did my time there, and
well, it's been nice working alongside you. If you do come back, Autumn Forest, come and we can give you some berries, something.
I'll keep that in mind. Yeah.
Yeah. And sort of dangle the coin, and I'll keep this in mind. It's much appreciated. Okay. Turn as the deer just drops. Now use the wings as we just disappear.
As you drop down and as Kaelin flies up, we're left on the rock with poor Gary on his knees, looking up towards where Fluffles is, of where Fluffles went, and a hand touches him on the shoulder. Don't worry, lad, I'll get you home. Garnot picks him up and psionic leaps up into Redania. And that is where we are going to end tonight's crossover one shot. I apologize that we ran over everybody, but that was epic. I enjoyed that a lot. So thank you very much to my players. I just need to go over the open spiel, the finishing spiel, and all that sort of stuff. So if you like what you've seen, you can join us on Mondays and Tuesdays for more D&D content from 6 p.m. UK time. You can also join us on Wednesdays from 6 p.m. as well, where we do world building stuff, live stuff, and also non-D&D things. There are stuff coming once we have those recorded. Massive thank you to the D20 Club on Patreon. They are fantastic. They are the best. You can join them from as little as one of your local currency per month, or one goat, which must be sent to Tom, by joining the links in chat or in the description below. Speaking of the description below, if you are watching us on YouTube, please do consider leaving a like, subscribing to the channel, and commenting down below. It helps us. It tells us what you like, so we know what to make more of. Massive thank you to our sponsors and supporters, and you can find us all over social media as Roll Together RPG. Patch, can you please tell us where we can find yourself?
You certainly can, yes. I'm normally visible over on Quest Junkies, my little corner in the actual play verse that we're all part of. It is at Quest Junkies on most, at Quest Junkies UK on Twitch. Fun fact, Junkies is a banned term on Twitch. Imagine what it's like running a channel with that as your name. It's not fun, but you know what? It's the life I chose. I'm also on Phoenix Iwaki every other week. Our co-stream team partners in the Iwaki-verse, or you see a different variation of the character that I played tonight. And this has been an amazing time. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, everybody. Now, we are going to disappear, and we will see you again soon. Always stay classy at the table, I believe is the phrase. Goodbye.
Bye.